The next conversation you're about to hear is a conversation between Al from Red at Night and I. But before that, I want to give you some updates about the songwriting contest that Matan and I are running. So basically, our force got even bigger, and we have really two amazing people who are going to help us with that. So one of those people is Federico, which most of you who were in the podcast know, and most of you who are listening probably know him somehow. And Federico is also want to give something to the community. So all three places that's going to win will have one Keremiko video. So you can go to the YouTube channel and see what is the Keremiko videos are like. It's Kiremico, Kiremico, Kiremico. Also, there will be a link to that. So go check it out. Each video is around 300 euros, so we just got upgraded. And also the one and only, the very talented Marta Janovic. She is a crazy stylist and a crazy singer, and she got a band named Korkoro, and they're about to have a concert on 18th of March in a place that's called Pivnica, I think, number 1. I'm not so sure how it is, but it's gonna be in Wedding. And for those of you who will register the songs until next weekend, and next weekend the date is going to be the 12th of March. By this date, you will have a chance to win 2 tickets to the concert, which is going to be on the 18th. Also, you will have the stage to perform there, because after the concert, we're going to do a jam session. Some kind of electronic mixed with acoustic instruments, so it's gonna be real fun. All the details are going to be in Son of a Pigeon Instagram /Facebook /everywhere. Just look it up, it's there. If you cannot find me, go to mgold Instagram /Facebook /everything. It's over there. And yes, without further ado, let's listen to the podcast.
Sound of the Pigeon Podcast. Sound of the Pigeon Podcast.
Son of a Pigeon Podcast.
It's recording. Welcome to Son of a Pigeon Podcast. How are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
you're a really cool person. I
Yeah.
like your energy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
I love everything.
Yeah, of course. We gotta try to do that. Musicians and all.
Yeah, just as humans.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool.
Yeah, we were just talking just a second before we started about the Mike Tyson podcast.
Yeah.
This is one of the most weirdest / craziest eye-opening podcasts that I ever heard. I think one of the episodes, I heard him saying, I'm tripping on microdosing of mushrooms, and now it became a bit strong for me.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's,
Mike
yeah.
Tyson, man, no fear.
Not at all, and such a nice soul it became. Like you have an idea of him, and then you learn more. I read his biography and listened to his podcast. I don't know. It's just becoming a better person. I don't know. I think smoking a lot helps as well
Yes.
for him to chill him out. But I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, he got some energy if you become like the world champion. But he is a tough man. Also,
Yeah.
the way he was fighting,
Yeah.
just killing people.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, crazy man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself, Al. Like where you come from, what is your background with music?
Yeah, I come from Italy. I moved to Berlin like 10 years ago, like 2012. It was around November, something like that. Grew up in a small town on the north of Italy, on the biggest lake of Italy, Garda Lake. Grew up there. And yeah, when I was 30, I said, okay, now or never, let's move to the big city. I played some shows in Berlin before, and I had some friends here, and I was like, okay, this seems like a place I want to be and want to give it a try. I would never move to a big city in Italy because I don't know, I didn't see myself there. But Berlin had that charm, that rock and roll that I could not see in Italy or something like that. I love Italy. I'm just saying, like, a big city. It's Berlin. Yeah, that's the place. And I started playing music pretty late, when I was 23. and very randomly, I went to visit a friend. I was not too much into music because small town, unless you got the connections or something, it's hard to get into specific music like punk rock. I used to listen to Green Day, Blink-182, this kind of punk rock music. And then I went visit a friend randomly, and he had a Fender in his bedroom. And I was like, "Oh, you playing guitar?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's been a few years I'm playing guitar." Will you be interested in giving me lessons about it? Like,
Age of 23.
23, yeah. And he said, "Yeah, for sure. Just come over anytime. We do." And then he gave me the guitar, and we started. And I was like, "Oh wow, this is crazy." And
Was it easy for you to get it in the beginning?
not really, but I was playing every day like hours, because I wanted to play the songs that I was listening to.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Yeah.
To do it consistently.
Exactly, yeah. And I was going to his place 3 times a week, and it was just friends, We were just hanging out, listening to music, and I was like, "Oh, I would like to learn this song." And he was like, "Okay, we can download the tabs and see how we do it." And I would start playing, and
Bless the
then I
tabs.
went home. In my work breaks, I was doing office day job. Lunch break, guitar. Evening coming, guitar. Just trying to get him better and better. You always get better. It's a learning process, so it's never done. But it was like love at first sight. I never expect myself to play guitar, and even weirdest to sing. Like singing was even later.
You never thought you can be a singer?
No way. No. No way. Not even a guitar player, but like an instrument, but then I had to start singing because my first band, I was writing the lyrics, and the singer on the band, he was okay. He was a nice dude and everything, but it was my lyrics, and I was like, "Man, you're not singing the way I wanted to sing."
Yeah, you know what emotions you want
Yeah,
to
exactly.
when he sings that.
And I was terrible at singing. Honest. It was like punk rock and alternative rock. I don't know. It was the first band. Usually you have those bands as teenager.
Yeah.
And I was in my mid-20s, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, because either people get professional with music,
Yeah.
and then they're really out of the league, or maybe people just give up on music,
Yeah.
and now they have a normal job in life.
Exactly. And I was just starting there. I was like,
Yeah, it's really in the middle.
Yeah, exactly.
I never heard about something like that.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah,
first experience
yeah.
of someone who goes late with music.
yes. And I went late, and I went all in right away. With this friend who taught me guitar. After 1 year and a half or something of learning, we're like, "Okay, hey, let's look for a singer, let's look for a drummer, bass player. Let's see
So
what-"
both of you wanted to start a band.
It was more me, and I
Okay.
wanted to play with him, and he was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do it." And yeah, so we were playing like teenage music in mid-20s, but it was fun. We thought we were badass, like you're there, you're playing, super, super into it.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes I think I told to a friend, like we were talking, I said, because I'm very critic about myself, my music, how I play, how I sing, and all that stuff. And I feel like I'm 10 years late. Like now I should be 30, not 40, because of the things that I did, like starting this band when I'm 25. I should have been at 15, and then develop from there. And now I would be like 30 doing this thing.
Yeah, but do you think the age really matters?
No, it doesn't.
Of course, if you're a prodigy, then it's really amazing and you can leverage it.
Yeah, of course.
And also, I had a lot this thought, like, all right, I'm getting older, and I'm not young anymore. And most of the bands that I really like already at age of 21, they dominated the world.
Yeah, that's...
But then the really small percentage, I think, of the general musicians. You have people that are, they keep on doing it, even at really mature ages, I would say.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I think there is no problem with
No,
that.
there is no thing with the age. I was just like reflecting on the music, and I think I'm getting, better, luckily.
Yeah, that's what's really important.
Yeah,
as long as you get good and people enjoy listening to your music and you bring value, man, the age doesn't count.
No, really not. But it was just a funny thought. I was like, okay, I started my first band at 25. That should have been 15 or 16 because the kind of band we were doing was that kind of
Yeah,
band.
garage bands.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Playing local shows and be like all cool and stuff, you know. But it was good times, man. It was good times. And after a few years with this band, there were some problem with band members and stuff. We were 5 pieces. We went down to 3. So I was singing, playing guitar. My bass player, who also play on this record, the bass.
The stand might be a bit weak.
Yeah, I'll fix it. That's
Maybe
all
you
good.
can tighten the
Yeah.
other one. Yeah.
Should be good now, I think. Yeah, I saw it going down. That's why.
Yeah. The mic stand giving up slowly.
Yeah. So we were 3 pieces. We were doing like speed punk rock, speed rock and roll. That was very like very.
In Italy.
Yeah. We were still in Italy, and
Italian people really like this music.
yeah, there is a nice community
Yeah.
of rock and roll, speed punk rock, this kind of oi, skinhead oi, this kind of music that it's big, and yeah, it's nice. But it's dying a little bit, not dying, but there is still the community, rock and roll and all these things, but it's hard to find a place where to play.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree about this.
and yeah, Italy is more of a pop nation, like pop music, like radio music, big mainstream kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's overall basically.
Yeah, that's why I moved to Berlin, because I thought
Yeah, Berlin is different. About
Berlin is different, I think, right?
But here the mainstream is also pretty bad. Sometimes
Yes.
I hear this really shitty pop songs in the radio.
I never listened to the radio, so I used to do in Italy, and that's why I'm like, I think like that Italy is a lot like that. But I know also Germany is like that. It depends what radio you listen to and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
which people you hang around with.
Yeah, exactly. But since I start touring, the first times I played in Germany, I was like, wow, this is different than Italy. Like people really comes to the show and they really like our music.
As punk band.
Yeah, punk rock. Yeah.
So you were located in Italy and then you made a tour in Germany.
We did, so with this band, then we split up and start a new project called Rebels Bay. And it's my band here in Berlin as well. It's a punk rock band. And with this Rebels Bay band, we did some kind of Mike Tyson story, in a sense that Mike Tyson picked when he was young at the beginning of boxing. He was the youngest heavyweight champion, 21 years old. And we, with this band, started touring and recording as soon as we got the band. We just put the band together and we had the connections and stuff, and we did like 3 European tours, like in a span of a year. We were always on the road
Nice.
playing. And
Did you did it by yourself, the tour, all the planning and
yeah, was
financing?
me. Yeah. I mean, I had contacts through, because I also I did like promoter in a pub in our hometown. So bands from all over Europe or from the States would come and there play, and I was like organizing with the booking agency and stuff. And so I got the connections, but all the job of Facebook, mail, emails and stuff with every promoter, or trying to jump on some band tour, stuff like that. I was doing that. Like, hey, we got this song, got this EP out. Like, okay, yeah, you can play here, you can play there. And like 2-3 weeks without losing money. So just rent the van, and you go places and come back without making any money, but without losing also any money.
Yeah, that's the most important. As long as you don't lose, it's
exactly.
okay.
That was great, and those touring and seeing Europe on a different kind of way give me the inspiration to move to Berlin. Let's say so. I moved here because I played in Berlin. I played all over Germany.
Well, did you realize that you thought, all right, this is now where I need to go?
The first time I came to Berlin.
But what was it that really got you here, that you cannot resist but moving to this?
I don't know. It was just like I play a show at Wild at Heart in near Gorlitzer Bahnhof. It's this nice and historic rock and roll club, live club. We played there, and I don't know. It was just like, wow, we are out of the movie here, or I don't know, it was Kreuzberg, and everything was like so rock and roll for I would say a kid, but like a grown up who never went to Berlin or never traveled in this kind of way. And I was like, wow, this is insane. And having friends here that moved here through music and stuff, I was like, hey, how it is living there? Because playing shows there, it's the best. And they were like, oh, it's cool, come over, like help you out and stuff. Yeah, then when I moved here with the band, so my bass player couldn't make it to move here. So he stayed in Italy. And I kind of remake the band, if you want to. I had a new bass player who was actually from Hungary, who was touring with us and playing guitar. So I just switched to the bass and stuff like that. A friend that I met on the road moved to Berlin. He's a guitar player, came play guitar. We found a drummer, and then some of the members changed again. And we didn't have the chance to play much because when you are in a band, and especially in Berlin, either you are all in, and this is what you want to do, and this is what you put your focus on, or there are too many distractions in a city like...
For a musician?
Yeah.
Like what?
Concerts, hangouts, and stuff like that. So you say, like in Italy, when I had the band in Italy, we were practicing 3 times per week, which is a lot.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, but there was nothing else to do. Either you go to the garage, practice, or you stay at home and watch a movie, or go to a bar, but there are 3 bars, So it's like this small town kind of thing. So we were going practicing, writing songs, working hard, and then book shows. Here, you can do once per week if you're lucky, because everybody got something to do. And I understand, like there is a band playing, oh, I cannot do Tuesday, I could do Thursday. But maybe me on Thursday, I have work.
Yeah, it's more complex in the big city.
Yeah, I learned this thing, and at some point I was like, okay, I'm doing my thing. And then I started this project, Red at Night, last year, and I'm happy I did. It's give me a lot of troubles, but not troubles in a good way. A lot of challenges. Yeah, that's the right thing. That's the right word. Challenges, but
growth opportunity.
Yes, I am so glad I started it, and it fills my day with like challenges, and that's great. I mean, like,
it's far from punk.
Yes,
and I didn't thought that you have punk background.
Yeah. I'm still a punk rocker to the heart, man.
Yeah, when I see you, I get more sense of it.
But yes, there is the punk rock roots in that. And my little bio that I wrote like about this project is like singer-songwriter project with a hopeless romantic soul. That I always had that, like always believing in love and those kind of things. That could be love, like classic love, but also could be friendship, could be like in general in the world and stuff like that, like so. And then there is punk rock roots, because you can, when I was in the studio, I mean, like the last song of the record, it's called Be Fine.
Did you play all the instruments yourself?
No. I just played acoustic guitar and sang. I had musicians play on the record, like very good musicians. Yeah.
The quality is really good. The drummer is amazing. There is also a slide there.
Yeah, exactly. Alessandro did that.
And the sound is really, really good.
Yeah. So I record this. The concept of this record, so I was like, okay, I want to do this project, Red at Night. I came up with the name. I had like those 5 songs. I thought about, okay, I called my friend in Italy. Is one of the best studio in Italy, Acme recording studio. Davide is the guy there. And he just know me. I recorded there a couple of times. It's not even in my hometown. It's center of Italy, like nearby Roma. And so I called him up and I said, look, I got this project. It's just me, acoustic voice. Can we do something? He was like, yeah, we can do 5 songs. and then you come down, we record them if you want to, acoustic and voice. I was like, yeah, cool, let's do that. And then I was like, okay, you know what? 5 songs is not too many. And you know what? I would like to have other instruments on the
That was
record.
before the recording or after?
Yeah, before. And I was like...
Did you have demos already?
I had demos of my songs. I had like 12, 13 songs, something like that. And we pick 5 out of it. I sent them all, and it was like, okay, this I think works good. He did the producer job also. And
On the demos?
yeah, we decided the set list together, kind of. We decided the tracks that are going to go on this EP together.
Then he added some instruments and to give you kind of the vision that he had?
No. It was just like chilling. He thought I was just doing voice and acoustic guitar. And that was the idea. And then the more I listened to the song, the more I played around, I wrote new songs. And I was like, hey, David, this song has to be on the record. And I cannot take any other song out. It was like, okay, let's do 6 then. And then 2 weeks after, calling back, David, I got another song. I know you're going to hate me, but we got to do 7 songs. I was like, oh, Alberto, well, getting a little bit too much, but okay. I mean, it's just acoustic and voice. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I thought maybe in some songs we can add slide guitar, electric guitar. And then it became like a full thing. And he was like, wow. But he was excited. He was excited too, because it was like, it's a challenge for him as well, because he never did something like that. Music-wise, like I told him, okay, I inspire myself to these artists, and these artists, like Brian Fallon from Gaslight Anthem, Dan Andriano from Alkaline Trio, or Dave House, and those kind of songwriter. And it's like, okay, let's do. I start to call up musicians that I know here in my area. And then we set it up. It was like, okay, each song I told him what I wanted to have in that song and which song reminded me, kinda. Like, okay, I want to have this vibe. I was like, okay. And so what we did was like, I recorded at best as possible acoustic guitar and voice here in Berlin in my home. I sent it to him. He went to the studio with a drummer, and the drummer wrote the drums on this. Then I went to the studio in Italy.
Which song is that?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. All 7 songs. I did the acoustic at home, recorded, sing it. And then he did all the drums. He sent me the drum back to Berlin, like all the files. I listened to it. I was like, yeah, okay, we can do this here. We can do that. We fixed it. Went to Italy in the summer. I did my acoustic, my singing, the bass. Daniele, who was the bass player in Italy that I told you before, did the bass. And then I came back to Berlin, and then the guitar player came in. He did all the guitars.
In Italy?
Yes. Sent me over, listened to it, and I was like, yeah, that's right. So it was a long distance kind of relationship record.
Back and forth.
Yeah, and Davide at the studio did all the arrangements. I mean, like, we produced it together. We like, okay, we can do this here, we can do that, and stuff like that. But then all the arrangements, he took care of it. And he did an amazing job. And the sound is so good. He mixed it too. And I'm just in love with this.
Really good job.
Yeah, it was crazy. That's why I'm saying it's a really hard, long process and challenging process, because I'm not in control. I trust the person.
That was the biggest challenge for you, to trust the process?
No, not to trust the person, but not being able to know all the song at the beginning. You know, when you are in a band, you're in the practice room, you play the song, you have the song, you know exactly what's coming out when you go in the studio. I mean, you can do changes and stuff like that, but you don't know. I mean, you know. In this case, I was like, okay, now the drummer is recording the drums. I have absolutely no idea what I will get. But what I got, it was like amazing.
Yeah.
Because Davide knew what kind of vibe I wanted to have on each song. The drummer did it, and I was like, cool, let's go. And this was for each song, and I'm just lucky to have like Davide to work with. He probably hates me a little bit because when he told me the price for the record, it was just acoustic and voice 5 song. And then I just like, hey, what about 7 songs? What about all instrument? He was like, bro, you're killing me here. I give you like a prize, and now it's like
Yeah.
But-
It's about the money, but in the end, it's not really about the money.
No, he was really happy with the record.
Yeah.
And he told me like it was a challenge for me too, but we are very satisfied with this, and yeah, I really like it, the concept as well, and the whole thing is.
Then you got me a beautiful vinyl
Yeah.
present, which is very beautiful of you.
Thanks,
I highly
man.
appreciate it. I love vinyls. Vinyls are the best way to listen to music.
Yes, and that's why I only release on vinyl and online, because it was expensive to make vinyls by yourself, because there is nobody else to share the price, the costs with.
Yeah.
So that's also a downside of being a solo project. If you
But
want.
vinyls are coming back now, so people prefer to buy vinyls than
Yes,
CDs. Or
yeah.
even more than, I don't know if more than streaming, but vinyl, it's like the ultimate proof of
Yes, exactly.
of loyalty to the artist.
Yeah, I think, yeah, exactly. Even if you don't have a vinyl player, it's nice to have a vinyl.
Yeah, just to show off with this big artwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I love vinyls.
Yeah,
They're fucking
it's,
amazing. The whole concept about them. Even, when those artists, sometimes they have the sleeve inside it, and then you open it and you see all the lyrics in front of you.
Yeah,
It's just big, and it's so nice to read it and to get lost in the art.
yeah.
And sometimes, you even got the vinyls in different colors, and it's like, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah. I have lyrics and credits and thanks. Classic things inside. Yeah. It's not massive like the big production, like it's a black vinyl and 45. And,
It's just about how creative it can be, with vinyls.
yeah, for sure.
Because it's
for
big,
sure.
there is so much real estate of art
yeah.
that you can put there.
Absolutely, and that's cool. Like CD, I have the feeling nobody's buying CDs anymore.
No, not anymore.
Like, yeah, and the
You
result.
cannot play them anywhere, basically.
Exactly.
And they're
That's
small, so they're not like, look at my CD.
yeah, exactly. And I don't know. And you get it always for free online streaming. But the fact that you have a vinyl, it's like, damn, yeah, that's good. And when I received them, I was almost in tears. I was like, wow, this is unreal. And I know that it's not, might sound not that crazy to somebody. Oh, I did a vinyl. Yeah, cool. Many people do. But when you do it and you get your first vinyl, it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
The most incredible for me about music, it's the fact that before it even came to the world, it was something that it's an idea. It's not real. It is real in a sense, but it's not really manifested as a physical thing.
Yeah.
And just to think you had those songs in your head and somehow you channeled them out, you made them as a real, tangible thing. And now it became this album.
Yeah.
And this is, for me, it's really surreal. It's like the creation process,
Yeah, you too do music, so
Yeah.
you know all about that.
Yeah,
And
man, the creation process is very powerful.
yeah.
Like from nothing, now there is something.
Yes, and
Wow.
wow. Exactly, wow.
Yeah, and as men, I think this is the way we can experience that, because we cannot give birth. We don't
Yeah,
know what it's like
yeah.
when all of a sudden you have a baby from nothing in your stomach.
Yeah.
But it's really similar in a way. If you have like a big project or a big concept that you're working on,
Yeah.
and you want to finish it and let it out, then it's mentally heavy, not physically, but there is the urge,
Yes.
It needs to go out, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't go out, it starts to become stressful and painful.
Yeah.
It becomes heavy and heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a year to get it out. I mean, like
From the idea until
from the
it was
idea
finished?
until the release, it's 1 year basically. I was like, whew. To think back then when I decided to, okay, you know what? Let's go for this. Let's see how it goes. And it started actually like a singer-songwriter, so this, and poetry. I was writing also, trying to write poetry. And I'm good at that, but I just wanted to see how it is, and I started doing that. And so it was a little bit of both, and now obviously it's just about music. It switched just more focus about music. Yeah,
Now you're doing full-time music.
Yeah, yeah, because I like, it's different write a song than write a poem. It's completely different experience for me.
Yeah.
And yeah, to write a poem, I need the right setup, like mentally and like environment. I don't know. It's just like a different kind of experience for me. While to write a song, I have a different process.
I mean, access different mental states. when
Yeah,
you do
not really, but yeah, it's like a different. I don't know. To write poems, I have time to read. I have time to like be in a different kind of mood. Now I'm more like music. I listen to music a lot, like writing music and stuff like that, and I'm focusing on that kind of. And I'm like not reading much recently. So I cannot like I have a different I don't know, it's weird. Probably sounds weird and
when you have a lot of input, then the output becomes better.
yeah,
So
exactly.
if you want to write poems, then you want to read a lot of poems.
Yeah, exactly. Or books in general and just like be there and just chilling in the evening, a glass of wine and be in a different mood than when I write. Now I always have when I'm at home chilling, I have my guitar, I'm not just like playing around or writing little things, but I know that those little things will go to a song more than a poem. It's a different kind of.
But what is the difference? Because you write text in both of them. So one
Yes.
is poem, but also the text in a lyric can
Could
quite
be like
poetic.
Yes, but I don't know if it's just it develops longer in a song for me.
The text.
Yeah, there is a more of a story that as from the poem instead. I don't know. It catches differently. I cannot really explain. I just know that for me it's different. Like I know that a lyric it's kind of poetry anyway. Like you're writing a lyric and it could be absolutely. You take out the music and you just put it on a paper and say, "Oh, I wrote a poem." Somebody will not tell you, "No, this is a song. It's not a poem." But when you write it, maybe you come from a different place and say, "Okay, no, this is how I write a poem, and this is how I write."
Do you have a different set of rules how to you approach poems?
Yeah, but
and
like
lyrics?
poems are shorter compared to a lyrics, like so it's just way shorter, and I don't know, maybe it's it's not even a rule actually. It's just different. I have this feeling that it's different. I cannot even explain. It's just in my mind. There is a song here though, "Our Love's Funeral," that I'm gonna play later. Also, is one of the songs that I want to play later. That is 2 poems put together. Yeah, I mean, of course, I worked around a little bit, but it is 2 poems put together. I thought when I wrote them close to each other, kind of. Like, you know what? They're both going the same direction. Let me just grab my guitar and see if I can do something about it. Because I really do like them. And I was like, okay, maybe they sound...
Yeah, it's interesting
music.
Sometimes how pieces fall into different places. That
Yeah,
you don't
exactly.
think about it like that.
And this was the only time. If I try to write music on any other thing that I wrote, I will not... I don't know. I don't see it coming, you know? This was just like, boom. Maybe if I work more on it, yes.
Yeah, I think it's the muscle that we need to keep on practicing.
Yeah.
Muscle of writing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I noticed that since I'm focusing more on how to perform songs and how to record them, then I don't practice so much on the writings of the music.
Yeah.
And then when I try to improvise a little bit, then it's boring for me. Because I all the tools that I acquire to make interesting music, I already squeeze them, you know.
Yeah.
Acquire new tools.
Yeah.
And I think this is the next level for me, just to go a bit deeper into music theory and to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like chords. And I love when there is a modulation in the song that you don't even notice they went to a different scale.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't so happen commonly in music, especially in pop music.
Yeah.
But the ones who manage to do it really well, it just sounds incredible.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, when you know music, I don't know anything. I'm a punk rocker, so I'm like very basic. I mean, like, I'm very basic. But I know that when, like what you're saying, like if you get the knowledge, more theory stuff, and then you apply them, you can create
Yeah, Disney movies, they have those crazy modulations, for example.
Yeah.
And you just in there listening to the song, which is part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
And they really know how to shift those chords and the different scales, so it will lift you up, and you don't even notice it's there.
No, yeah.
Just part of it. This is how it sounds. This is the Disney sound.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so nice for me, also to get lost and to get complex stuff that doesn't sound so harmonious, but then to solve it. Like those stuff I would really love to have more knowledge about this.
Yeah, it's always as I said before, there is always learning.
They're always, yeah.
Always. You're never done
Never.
with anything, and especially music. You can know everything, but then it's always like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do this. Well, let me try to learn this.
Yeah. And it keeps evolving as well.
Yes.
So you need also to learn the history of music and also to keep on being in the same level of what's going on today.
Yeah. And also with technology.
Yeah.
It goes to another level. And like, I see sometimes like because somebody asked me like, so the record is a full band thing, but you play at shows just you and your acoustic guitar. Have you thought about putting like this loop thing or just like the full band behind you, like on a? I'm like, man, I don't know how those things work. I don't know if it's cool or not. I don't know. Let me just start like this, and maybe I will learn how to because I know that there are some cool artists that they just have like a pedal and they record a loop and then they play on that loop and then there is the whole song, and I'm always impressed. Like,
Yeah, it requires some practice, definitely.
yes, and knowledge and tempo. It's not like you do it and then you give a tempo and then you have to keep that tempo.
It's not as simple as it looks like.
No, at all. And like, it's pretty cool. But as you said, the more you learn, the more there is to learn, and technology is also a big part of it.
Yeah, especially today, technology is just accelerating in crazy, scary
sometimes for the good,
speed.
sometimes for the bad. But
What do you think is good and what do you think is bad?
good is that everybody can record now.
Yeah, it's cheap now.
Yeah, everybody can record, and everybody can like learn how to do things and now like put out their own music maybe by himself, or just it helps you. It helps you to create, like, you could do like a solo record with the whole band just playing you by yourself. You have a drum on, I don't know, Pro Tools or something. You put a drum, you prepare it, and you play the bass, guitar, and it's great, man. It's a great opportunity, and technology does that, or improve also your stage performance with pedals, equipment, like the monitor in your ear instead of like just from the front, all those kind of things, and it helps you a lot. Cons, maybe that everybody can do it. Like, I mean, like it could like, I don't know, too much technology is like, of course everybody can do it, but everybody, like, maybe I don't know how to say this, like everybody can sound good, even though maybe they are not, or like, I don't know, like for example, in his hip hop there is this kind of, or rap there is this kind of modulated voices,
the auto-tune.
Yeah, and sometimes it's way too much. I don't know, and it's just like, I mean, it's the kind of music, but for me it's like a bit too much maybe to add on all of that, and then you don't know how the artists really sound when you go live.
Who started with this? I think it was T-Pain who made it really
I
mainstream.
don't know, but it was really extreme at some point. There's like,
He always used that, T-Pain, this rapper. And the craziest thing, that he's a very good singer.
yeah,
So
then sing.
The auto-tune it just fucks his voice. I don't like it as well.
Yeah,
But it's crazy. I think maybe because people are used to that and they've been listening to that since they're kids, so this is the sound they want to hear.
yeah,
And then other artists wants to do it as well because the other people, the audience, this is how they react.
yeah,
to
for
music.
sure.
So it's a weird feedback. Yeah, but I agree with you about this. But
Yeah.
I think all the time it was like this. You had something that made life easier or cheaper, or you have access to more stuff, and then people will bitch about it. But then I think the best will be the best no matter what.
Absolutely agree with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
and even though everyone can sound really good today, then all right, so how creative can you be? If everyone sounds amazing to start with, then
Yeah.
give me something that will be interesting for me.
Yeah, that's true.
And now also we are facing the audience directly.
Mm-hmm.
There are no label companies that can push you. You know, if you don't get streams, then it means your songs are not good. So this is the ultimate indicator if you get streams or not. If people
Yeah.
really react with your music or with your content or not.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But it's also like the opportunity. You need to get that opportunity, I think. It's not like
What?
what you said about the streamings. You need to get the opportunity to get people to listen to you.
Yeah.
Because this is there are so many good artists out there, and people don't have much time. I mean, they do to listen maybe on the way to work or something like that, but maybe they listen to their favorite music, and then if
Yeah, exactly.
you go to a playlist and you need to be on that playlist maybe, or it's just like, so I think musicians need a chance. Like, I know we are too many, like, but I think there are so many good musicians and so great music out that sometimes I'm upset with what is mainstream and what not. Like,
Yeah, there is a lot of shit which is mainstream, but there is also a lot of quality stuff.
yeah, for sure. No, I'm not saying that mainstream is all
But
bad.
I agree with you that a lot of artists don't really know how to market themselves, and
Yes.
you have like really hidden gems somewhere.
Exactly,
And
exactly.
Yeah, it's like it feels like a waste, when this artist is
Yes,
not being
exactly.
played.
Because what I'm saying is like everybody needs a chance somehow.
Today it's also easier, I think, to get a chance.
No way.
No?
I don't know. Like I was telling you before, like one of the topic, like booking shows or playing live, which is I think is the chance, because you can sound great on Spotify and get streams, but then you
Yeah.
have to live perform because people would like to see you. Then you have to perform. So
Not necessarily. There are a lot of people, I don't know if it's a scam or whatever is it, but what they did, they went to some loyalty-free music. They would download like lo-fi stuff, lo-fi
Okay.
hip-hop, and then they would upload this to Spotify as underneath their name, because there are no copyrights to the songs. Then they would make money from it, because a lot of people, they like to just take a lo-fi playlist, which is have really chilled music.
okay,
And then they play it, when they work, when they're cleaning the house, when they cook.
okay.
So you don't even need to be a real person
Yeah,
to do that.
sucks. Yeah.
And you can make a lot of money from this. You can really generate enough money to support your life.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's very different today. Yeah, the whole industry is
that's
really
crazy.
different. But I think if you're a really good artist and you have good music, promotion and marketing.
Yeah,
I think
that's the step. That's why
it's very important.
Yeah, I was saying like booking shows or like
Yeah.
playing live is not easy. It's it's a job. It's
Yeah.
to try to book shows. I'm like I was telling you, I'm going to Italy next month for playing a long weekend of shows, like hopefully 3 shows. I'm waiting for the last one to be confirmed. And on the way from Berlin to my hometown, which is the north of Italy, there is like the whole Germany, basically.
Yeah.
And I tried to look for a show on the way.
Nothing.
Nothing. And I asked all my contacts, like booking agency or friends that have connection with booking agency or stuff like that. And it's not even about my music, or it could be anybody. There's like, oh, we are full, or it's too short notice, and I was not even asking for money. I was just like, okay, I'm passing through. If you can give me a place to sleep maybe, or like some drinks and food, I got my vinyls, I can jump on any show, like
Yeah.
very easy. I have to go through anyway, but it was not possible. And also when we tried to do this with the band, writing emails everywhere. Oh, we're fully booked. Oh no, there is no, doesn't work.
How much ahead did you try to book it? A month ahead?
Yeah, this last time, yes, that's like a month and a half, and it's
For me, I never booked, but it feels like at least half a year. It's
Yes.
the right time.
Yes, I know. But since I didn't know the release of the record,
So
I
it's
don't know.
spontaneously released.
Not spontaneously, but I didn't have a date with the label. We didn't know because I needed to get the vinyl before doing a release.
Yeah.
Because I want to do a release party, a show, the day after the official release. So it's going to be February 24th, Friday. The record comes out on all the stream platform. And on the 25th, I do my release party where you can get the vinyl and all of that. But we didn't know when the vinyl would be ready because the company told me, okay, it can be ready like end of January.
The printing company.
Yes. I say end of January. Okay, imagine I put the release party and start booking shows from January to on, and then they're like, oh, there is a problem. We cannot deliver before end of February. And I maybe have 5 shows or 6 shows and I've got nothing to show off for. And I cannot rebook them for another year, maybe those shows. And I cannot get my vinyl out.
Yeah.
So we had to wait a confirmation from the company that said, okay, 100%, third week of January, no problem, you got your vinyls. And then, okay, I said, okay, you know what? We give an extra month.
Yes, I think that's what I want to say. Always, if you prepare, to make something in January, make sure 2 months ahead.
Yeah,
you have
exactly.
Everything ready.
Yeah, but then it was already kind of too late. But in Italy, I got some contacts. They just like, bam, bam, I got the shows. And so, yeah. But I said, okay, let me see if I can find something like last minute. And no way they're all booked until midsummer or something.
Yeah. I noticed there are a lot of tours right now and people just going out.
Yes.
Since COVID, it's like disappearing kind of.
Yeah.
So people are forgetting about it.
Yeah.
And now people they want to have life.
Yes.
And I think this summer we're also going to feel it because last summer was a bit strange. It was still COVID.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, we forget about it. Nothing really happened. But it's going to be interesting because people are still spending money.
Yeah.
But it looks like the economy of the world, it's not really stable so much.
No.
And for me, it feels like it's hanging, on a loose piece of skin, waiting to fall down and crush.
I don't know, man. But it is, how you said it, a lot of bands are playing now.
Yeah.
Coming from the States and...
Yeah, tons of tours I see.
And that's great. I mean, like, one of my favorite bands, Rancid. You know them?
I know the name, I think. Is it a punk band?
Yeah. From California. It's one of my favorite bands, and I never had the chance to see them live. They come this summer.
Cool.
And I'm very excited. The thing is, I mean, I got the ticket, and of course I would pay any money to see them, kind of. But it's 60 euros. I'm like, damn. I mean, like, I go see them, I will not be able to go see somebody else because I cannot.
It got expensive.
Yeah, it got so much expensive, and like you gotta pick up which shows are you going to, and there are so many bands, and sometimes bands have to cancel because you don't pre-sell the tickets.
Yeah.
So the promoter is like, look, it cost me less to cancel the tour than to have you here and pay you. Like,
yeah, that's a bit sad. But this is the reality we're facing, basically.
Yeah.
Everything is more expensive.
yes,
And people want to make money somehow because we got stuck in homes a few
yeah,
years.
especially in art and music and this kind of
Yeah.
thing. So you need to get the money back from 2 years of no making money, kinda, like if you want to.
Yeah, but it was illegal to be outside. That was
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
that was the
Like,
actual rule.
yeah.
It was illegal to be more than like 3 people in the same room, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Which are not in the same household.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was illegal.
Yeah.
And it was not possible to do concerts. Now
Yeah.
it's possible, but now everything is very strange with the world. So everything is more expensive, and everyone are not earning the same amount of money. Like we don't earn more money; we earn the same,
Yeah.
maybe
But
a little
everything
bit
got
more.
up.
Yeah, but when they raise the money, when they raise our salary, they don't raise the ceiling of the percentage of the taxes we need to pay.
Yeah.
So when you get more money, then you need to pay more taxes, basically.
Yeah.
So we don't take care, but at least we get a little bit extra. But then we also need to pay a bit extra. So in the end, we
levels
are
out.
minus. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's even minuses. It doesn't really
Yeah.
events. And then, all the other stuff, like this is the luxurious life, to go to a concert, to
Yeah.
go to entertainment.
That's why, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we don't need it for survival.
It's just to lift your soul, man.
Yeah, but we can manage without it. It's not necessary.
Yeah, but I don't know. Me as a musician, I gotta go to see concerts.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is something that's very vital. But if I had to choose between if I'm going to eat or if
No,
I'm going
for
to a
sure. No,
concert.
man. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just like saying, like, I'm happy to spend those little extra money for a concert. Maybe I don't go out on a weekend,
Yeah.
and then I go to see a concert.
Oh, it's worth it, definitely. Also to support the artists that we love.
Absolutely. Even if they're famous or like,
Even locals, yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you learn always something when you go to a concert, at least for me. And especially when they are not necessarily bigger band, but you can learn anything from anybody on like how to be on stage or what to say or what to like I was at a concert last Friday. One of my favorite bands from the States came over. I never thought I would see them live actually, but they play Privat Club. It's a super small, I don't know if you know this place.
In Kreuzberg?
Yeah.
Yeah, really nice place.
Yeah, very nice place. And I saw them live and I was seeing also with the opener. It was great. It was like just one guy with a guitar playing, singing, singer-songwriter. And I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm like, oh, you know what? It just gave me an idea for a lyric myself. It just like, it's talking about something. I'm like, take out my phone and write a note. And then just like the band I wanted to see, I saw them and I'm like, oh my God, this gives me this vibe. And I start writing. Like if I was at home listening to music and you just write. I was at a concert and I got this vibe, took out my phone, I was like writing like just some thoughts that I had. And now I have an idea for a new song just because I was there listening, and it gives you like, and then you like see people on stage, how they act or how it feels. And I don't know, I always get pretty emotional at concert. I really if it's one of the band that I listen in specific moments or something, and then I go to stage and they play that song, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, there is something about it when you have your favorite song played by your favorite band.
Wow, that's a different kind of vibe. I mean, like,
especially if they play it good.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it can break my heart the other way.
Yeah, well, then you're gonna be upset for sure. Like,
I've seen Motley Crue live. And
which band?
Motley Crue. Motley Crue.
No, I don't know.
You don't know the American band Motley Crue from California?
Motley Crue.
Motley Crue.
Ah, yeah.
Girls.
Oh, yeah. I saw them live also as well. Yeah.
They're really bad. I mean, you have Tommy Lee playing the drum. Always, he's a really good drummer.
Yeah.
But Vince Neil,
for sure, man.
He became such a bad singer. And it was, I love him because I grew on his music.
Oh, really? Yeah, cool, man.
They're a really cool band. And then you see him like having all the struggles singing. It's like, I want to give you a hug.
Yeah, man, come here. Motley Crue, yes. I saw them live once in Munich. I also read Nicky Sixx's diaries. Yeah, the book,
yes,
the best player.
Me too, man.
That was
really
insane,
cool
man.
Yes, wow. To think people lived like that. Shooting heroin up their veins and
like daily and heavily, and they're still alive, and now that's crazy.
Yeah, and they also got a second book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called not about the heroin. It's called This Is Gonna Hurt.
Okay.
It's like a self-help book kind of, but also mixed with some photography that he did.
Oh, really?
There are some really disturbing images that he did. Man, crazy man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, another band like that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I want to say he inspired me a lot, Nicky Sixx.
Yeah.
In my early teens, I was listening a lot to Motley Crue.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
It's really nice to see.
Any other band of the same kind, like Guns N' Roses? I was about to bring up
Guns
N' Roses.
Also, yeah. They also, Slash is one of my guitar inspirations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Gibson Les Paul Gold Top with Slash pickups.
Okay. Oh, really?
That was the first thing that I did. I got this guitar, got it home. Before even playing, you just take the original pickups out, put the Slash ones, and then plug it in. And this is the first time I actually had a really good guitar in my hand. And I understood why he sounds like he sounds like.
Yeah.
It's just the guitar, the Les Paul, this thick mahogany wood.
Wow, man. Like, I just sold mine, Gold Top.
Yeah.
Yeah, after
Oh.
12 years was my
Oh.
guitar. Yeah, I sold him.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
man.
get sick of the guitar?
No, I just like needed some extra money to make the record. And so I was
was a
like, okay,
sacrifice.
with the band, we are not doing much. And I have a backup guitar anyway. So
Which one do you have?
backup is an Epiphone Les Paul. Well, it's good enough. I mean, like for punk rock. I mean,
Yeah.
like the Gold Top was like another level. Obviously, it sounds like massive. And I remember, the first time I played it. It was a friend of mine. We were playing together, and I broke a string, and I didn't have a backup guitar, and he gave me his guitar, and was this Gold Top that he had.
The specific one.
Well, yeah, it was the same model that then I went to buy, but
All right.
it was just a Gold Top. I don't remember the specific one. It was a Gibson Gold Top. He gave it to me. I played the first chord. I was like, whoa, man, this is unreal. I want this.
Yeah.
And then I went and buy it.
I also had it with the PRS ones. Do you like PRS?
Yes, but I'm more a Gibson guy.
Yeah. You know the story of PRS?
No, I don't know.
This guy, PRS, what is his name? Paul Reed Smith, I think that's
Okay.
his name. So he was a worker in Gibson.
Okay.
And somehow we discovered that Gibson, as good as they are, they're not improving. Les Paul is the same.
That's
Les
a
Paul.
classic.
And he thought, oh, we can make those guitars smarter and more ergonomic and more modern. So that's how we started to create PRS.
Oh, okay.
And man, some of their guitars are just incredible. They're different from Les Paul. They have a lot of attack and clarity.
Okay.
They're different. If you
Yeah,
go
yeah.
there and you search for the Fender feeling and the Gibson feeling, it's something completely different.
Yeah.
And I played on Just Music. There was a guitar,
Okay.
a PRS one. Wow, man! They have the private stock, which is the highest level of custom they have.
Okay.
They use different woods, like really private stock woods.
Oh, really?
Exotic,
Okay.
dry
Wow.
stuff.
Oh, man.
Like all the mahogany. And wow, this guitar was so incredible. It just rings so beautifully.
Yeah, but like it depends also music you play, right? I mean, like
As an instrument,
yeah, just me in general.
Yeah, just the quality of build
Uh-huh.
and the quality of the sound that I could sense from this guitar. It was wow. Like it was one of those moments. It just
Yeah.
the guitar is like, whoa, this instrument can sound so good.
yeah, that's crazy when it happens, and I had that last week. I mean, this week on Tuesday, I went to. So I was telling you, I have a Martin here, but this is not my guitar. It's from the drummer of my band. He has this guitar. And I asked him back last year if I could use it to record my album, and I still have it. So thank you, Rene, for the guitar. and I wanted to buy this one from him because he said, if you want it, I can sell it to you. I was like, all right, I'll think about it. And I never bought it. And I went to this guitar store, an American guitar shop, I think it's called, in Charlottenburg, and they are the only seller of Martin in Berlin, Martin guitar. Because if you go to Just Music, they don't have Martins.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I played Martin in Just Music.
You sure? Because they didn't have it when I went there.
I'm pretty sure it was really expensive. But
Yeah.
maybe I give no.
Taylor, maybe.
No, Taylor, they have special room for Taylor.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But they don't have Martin. I mean, on the website, I was looking up, and they didn't have it.
Could be.
Yeah. So I went to this store, and I was like, okay, I looked online what kind of Martins they had, and then I did some researches, and there is this D10 electric, acoustic, but with a mic to play on stage. And I pick it up, and I'm like, oh man, this sounds so good. I love it. I'm gonna take this one because I really like it. And I read online during my researches that there is the D12. There's a Rhodes series, which is the next model, and they had it there, not the electric with the pickup, but just the acoustic. And I checked it, and I knew that it was 500 euro more expensive with the pickup than the D10. So I took it down. I said, okay, I want to see how it feels. It just looks badass. It's gloss, and the tuning is super well done, and everything is. Just let me see how it sounds. I don't know. Let me try it. Sat down, put it on. I had my Capotasto, put it on, and I start. Bam! I was like, the sound was like exploding in the room. I could not believe it. I was playing the same thing that I was playing on the other model. I was like, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. And I went to the guy. I said, can I order the electric version of this? And he was like, yeah, sure. Like probably next week or arrive. But this is what, like with music, when it with the instruments. And I had the same talk with my friend. The other night, he was telling me like, see, this is the best way. You have to go to a music store, play something, and you will find your music, your instrument, your type of guitar, your type of bass, or whatever. Yeah. You should not go to a music store and just want to have your idol guitar maybe or something like that without having played before on it. If that makes sense, you know.
Yeah,
like,
you need to feel the instrument.
Exactly.
Sometimes there are good surprises.
Yes.
You don't even think that they're so cheap.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have one acoustic guitar. It's not here. It's a Guild guitar. It's a small one, like a OM body type.
Uh-huh.
And it's all complete mahogany. And everything is solid wood. So it's not laminated.
Okay.
So the front, the top, the sides, and the back, all solid part of mahoganies. And this guitar was so cheap for me. I bought it really, really cheaply, I think not more than 250 euros.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
and it sounds incredible. It's so cheap because it was made in China.
Okay.
But the quality of the build, the quality of the wood, it's very rare to find those guitars, with solid wood, everything in such price. Usually you have solid top. And if it's really good mid-range, it's like solid top and solid back. But wow, this guitar sounds incredible.
That's the thing. You know, you just need to get... you just need to try them. And
it was better than some guitars. If you had another zero to the price, it was better than some of those guitars.
Yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
offered for 3,000 euros, you know.
Those I don't even pick them up because I cannot afford it. So I was
just
like...
play them. One day when I was a kid, I think when I was 14 or 15, I went to this music store in my house, and it was this gold top Les Paul, and it was, like the most expensive guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
And I thought, all right, maybe I can bullshit them that I want to buy so I can get 10 minutes of playing this epic guitar. And this is what I did. Yeah, I'm thinking about buying it. I would like to try a bit. Being serious. And I played and it blew my mind. And then, 10 years afterwards, I just got it.
Yeah, but see, you played it though.
Yeah. I think it's good.
Yeah, you need to, first...
Even if it's beyond the range of how much we can afford, because, at the age of 16, I would never believe I can put such price on a guitar.
Yeah.
But it just... to experience that, I think once we experience that, we also put ourselves mentally in this place that we want to be.
Yes.
Because we are experiencing it. So this is the true moment. The true moment is that I'm playing on a really expensive guitar.
Exactly.
And you live it. So it cannot be bad,
No, I cannot. The only bad thing is like, I cannot afford it.
Yeah, but if you play it, you still play it.
Yeah, for sure. No.
And just playing it somehow puts seeds in our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you say, now I cannot afford that, you don't know what can come up.
Oh, for sure.
And in 2 years you can be able to afford it, 5 times even if you.
Yeah, you never know. And that's what happened with the Martin that I ordered. Like I could not have afforded like 2-3 months ago, but now I can. And then
exactly.
Let's go.
And now you play a really good guitar, so every time you play it, you think, "Oh shit, I have this cool instrument in my hands."
And when I wanted to have something for live shows that it's really, really good, because it's just my voice and the guitar,
Yeah. You cannot get a different body.
No, exactly. I cannot get a different voice. I can improve it. Yeah. Yes, I'm working on that too. I can get better, obviously, but then the guitar sound, obviously, of course, if you're a great guitar player, every guitar you make it sound good. But then again, when you're on stage and I don't know, I just like good sound.
Yeah, it's also amplified. So I think, today maybe with the modern recording gear, you can take a shitty guitar and make it sound full.
Absolutely.
But when you play in front of people, they notice the quality of the sound. You cannot really bullshit them.
Of course. Yeah, no,
so
not at all.
It's so important to have good gear.
Yeah. And I think it's also respectful to the people you play in front of.
Yeah.
Because they're coming, they take their time to come see you, and they spend money to see you maybe. Maybe it's 5 euros, maybe it's 10, I don't know. But they're putting some money to come and see you.
Exactly.
And
So they put their time.
which is more expensive than the €5 ticket, because they're taking their time off, come and see you. So how I feel, and that's sometimes where I'm stressed about live shows, because I want to give them the best, because they come see me. So I don't take it lightly that somebody take their time to come, even if they're friend, doesn't matter. You want to give the best. And one part of giving the best is just trying to get the best equipment or like instrument in this case. And as I'm doing with my voice, I'm going to singing lesson for the past couple of months, because I said, okay, it's just me and my acoustic guitar.
Yeah, how was your journey with finding your own voice?
Oh man, that was
For a person who did not think he can sing,
Yeah.
and also know this journey.
Yeah.
I thought either you're good, like you were born with singing voice or not.
I remember you said this in the podcast when you were talking, one of your podcasts.
With
I
Ella,
listened-
I
yeah,
said
exactly,
quite a lot,
exactly, exactly.
I think this is
yeah.
one of the most mind-blowing things that I had in life.
I think I got the same journey. I never thought I'm gonna be a singer or a musician for that, but like a singer especially. I was like, at the beginning, I was just yelling into a microphone, trying to sound. But I was not even like yelling really, really bad, but I was just trying to make some melodies about it. I was bad. Then I started taking a little bit of singing lessons in my hometown just to get at least the notes, like to have a little range where I can like. And because I always sang in English, which is not my first language, it was hard. I mean, not hard. I thought I was doing it correctly, but then the more you learn, the more you speak English, since I moved to Berlin also, the more you listen to music, you realize that maybe also your pronunciation was not very good, and the vibe that you wanted to give, I don't know. And then I listen. The more you listen to music, the more I think it helps you to find your voice. Even if it sounds weird, because you say, okay, you listen to more music, maybe you try to sing as specific. And maybe you do at the beginning, like a specific singer. Or like, for me, like was Social Distortion, this band I wear the t-shirt. They are my top 3 favorite band. And I was trying to sing like him. I was like, acting like that. And, I was like, yeah, Mike Ness is my favorite ever. And I stayed on that kind of mind state, if you want to. And then at some point I was like, okay, I'm good enough to do punk rock. I don't have to improve. I'm doing this. Sounds good. People like it. Or I don't know. I was just on a point where I thought, okay, I don't need more singing lesson. I'm good enough. And then I started this project. And I thought, I'm good enough. I went to the studio and it was good. It's not that it was bad. But also talking with David, I was like, okay, you know what? You should get some singing lesson just to add more color, a little bit more different things to improve yourself, also for live shows. And I was like, hey, you're right. Like live shows, it's an important thing. And so I went to this singing teacher. And she's helping me out a lot with breathing.
Here in Berlin?
Yes, here in Berlin.
What's her name?
Bettina. And she's vocal teacher. Yeah, vocal. Yeah. And she's also a rock metal singer.
Cool.
So
she can do growls.
Yeah, bro, yeah, she is badass. And I love the way she's teaching me. She's very taking it easy. And we do a lot of exercises, and then we worked on some of my songs, and I played them for her, and she's like, okay, the song is cool, the lyrics is great, now go back with your mind to the moment that you wrote the song and sing it again. And it's like to give you the intention to give, like, because you're singing it now and you're singing okay, it's good, but you need the extra, you need to feel it, you need to I know, she was like, I know that you get it in you. It's just, you are at the door. She was like using this. You're at the door of safety. You are there at the door. If you open the door, you don't know what's out behind that door, but you got it. Just open the door and go there.
To commit to the
exactly. The intention, the performance, the feeling when you're singing it. I was like, okay, let's try. And so she gave me some tips on how to do it. And I was like, there is this song, Our Love's Funeral, still that song. I was playing and she was like, hey, the song is great, but you have this C part right here. And I like the way you sing it because, but try to sing it twice. And the second time, try to like do it, like go high, like just, and we did it. And I was like, wow, was it on tune? I was so high. High for me maybe, but I was like, yeah, it's great. So I went to the practice room. I recorded myself doing it. And I sent it to my best friend, Mickey, and I did the video and I sent it to him. And I was like, I tried this thing. What do you think about it? And he could not believe that this was me singing.
No.
It was like, bro, when you went up, and again, it's not falsetto or something crazy. It's just like a little bit different than what I usually sing. I was like, where are you going with this voice? What's going on right now? And it was like, I could not believe that you kept it for the whole C part. And he was like, man, that was great. Wow, that was incredible. And,
so
you get those kind of feedbacks. And you're like, oh, damn, it's worth it. Like taking the time going, because she living on the north side of Berlin, like Reinickendorf up there. And I'm in Tempelhof. So it's like the whole city.
Yeah, man, it takes hours.
Yes. 1 hour to go, 1 hour lesson, 1 hour back. But it's worth it. And you learn. And again, you never stop learning. And if it is for yourself and getting better as a musician and a singer, that's the way to go. And yeah, I will keep going there a little bit more.
Into the voice.
Yeah, because I got great instruction, great lessons, great stuff. And I didn't know I could get so much better in so short time. And
do you have a routine that you practice every day?
I play every day.
Do you do warm-ups or just play, you sing?
When I'm at home, I just play myself. I don't do much warm-up. I do some exercises that she gives me, like with the guitar. I made the notes, and then I do the bop. Well, we call it bop. No, I'm not.
The embarrassing sounds that
yeah, exactly. You're there with the guitar, and you do play on note, and bop, 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 and
yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, and then I maybe do some the usual exercise of warm-up. But when I'm at home, I made myself a promise to play guitar and sing every day, even if it's just 10 minutes, to take out 10 minutes maybe before work with a coffee or before going to bed, very quiet, to play or sing a little bit. And I feel the improvements.
Yeah. The consistency, that's the most effective thing to do. Just be consistent.
Yes, exactly.
10 minutes a day, it's so powerful if you keep on doing it for a year.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
People sometimes underestimate what 10 minutes can do if you keep on doing that.
Yeah, consistent. And 10 minutes is like the minimum, because there are days like I'll play maybe 2 hours. Mm-hmm. I play my set. I mean, my neighbors are the best because they never complain.
This is important.
So either they like my music or they really don't hear it and they have a good soundproof system. But my neighbor downstairs, I brought him a bottle of wine when I was recording the demos for the record, because I was for 3 days just singing without music because I was with the headphones. Yeah. And so I was just like singing
noises,
and playing guitar for 3 days straight, 8 hours per day or more, just by myself. I wanted to have everything perfect, like setting up the sounds. And I went downstairs and I gave him a bottle of wine. I said, I'm sorry for the last 3 days if I was too loud or something. He looked at me and was like, do you hear me and my wife fighting? I was like, no. So you weren't too loud. I was like, okay, cool, man. Well, here's the bottle of wine anyway. That was funny. I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, consistency. It's always like playing. I could play my songs at home, but I have a practice room with the band in Marzahn. And I go there to play once or twice a week because it's different when you have a microphone, the PI, and your guitar plugged in.
Yeah, it's a different thing to practice.
It's a different thing to practice. So I take another hour to go there, practice 1 hour and a half maybe, and then coming home, and it's like...
Oh, just by yourself practicing there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is a commitment.
Yeah,
this
as I said, like a live show, and then I don't know how it's going to be live, because I'm very I know it doesn't sound like, but I'm a shy person, kind of. When I go on stage, I'm always like freaking out.
I can understand. It's not easy to
Yeah.
be in front of people and to be so exposed.
Yes, you're naked up there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, at least this is for me, especially with this project. I did last Sunday a little living room concert at my place. I invited some of my closest friends here in Berlin, like 10 people we were. And I played them for them, my set, like it was live. I mean, without the microphones and everything. And I just wanted to know how it feels again, because it's been almost 3 years that I played the last show. And I was rusty and I wanted to like, okay, let's see how it goes. And they were close friends and I was tense. You know, I was excited. I played the songs a little bit faster, all of the songs, like not 20 BPM, but like 5 BPM, 6. I could feel that they were a little bit fast. I got like a bit carried away, and emotionally also was very intense. But they enjoyed it and I enjoyed it. It's so good.
Yeah, in the end, it's not as bad as we believe it is at the moment.
Of course. It's just like maybe, I don't know, like I want to be good, you know? And even if there are mistakes, it's human, you know? Like,
yeah.
It's human to make mistakes. All the big bands make mistakes. And so it's totally fine. Just like, I want to be perfect. And that's, I know I cannot reach that perfection, but I want to just like be there and be satisfied. I do it for myself, you know? I want to be perfect for myself, not that, and for the crowd, of course, but it's like, I know that the crowd won't mind if I sing the third line of a verse, I switch with the fourth and vice versa.
Yeah, when they don't know the music, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't really matter, even if you mess up the chords and
even when you know the music, you don't
doesn't
care.
really matter.
Yeah, like
you
Pearl
laugh
Jam,
about
you know?
it. You laugh about it, and it depends how you react on the stage. Also, you know,
Yeah.
if you laugh about it or just like.
But in Pearl Jam's acoustic unplugged concert, so
Okay.
also he fucks up a little bit in Black. He sings like the wrong lyrics.
Yeah.
But no one cares. It's fucking Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, you know, it's just like, and I'm getting in that mindset. I need to get in that mindset as well. That is just.
I think it's good that you bring the best that you can every time.
Yeah.
This is what's really important. I
Yeah.
mean, you never be perfect.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
us, you know, our imperfection, this is what makes it perfect.
Exactly.
Because if
Yeah.
you know, if everything was perfect, so nothing can happen.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
we have those imbalances, then all the energy shifts to different places, and then it creates some random results.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
We need
No,
some chaos, definitely, but just the fact that you choose to do the very best every time,
Yeah.
this is incredible.
Yeah, I'm like, I really need to. I like that, and also I'm trying to do that. Then I don't know if I'll do it, but you know, it's just this mindset with music that I'm always trying to do it. And this is the good thing about being on a solo project, that it's up to you. While in a band, you have to be 3, 4, 5, 6 people committed the same way.
Yeah.
And otherwise, it doesn't work. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
very true.
because I could be like 100% committed. I want to be perfect, blah, blah, blah. And then if 2 members of the band are like, yeah, whatever,
Yeah.
then it's
It
just
can work in some places, but it doesn't guarantee success.
yeah, no, for sure it can work. I mean, like, but then you got a sense of why I should just put all this time where other people don't do it.
Yeah, very true.
And
I agree about it.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So you also are solo.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have the overview of how the song should be like, but I do love to give a lot of space to artists. So I play most of the instruments
Okay.
in this album that I'm recording. I'm also singing there, but sometimes there are some energies that I cannot bring for myself, and when other people are putting their energy
Yeah.
there and their musical opinion, I would say, so then the song takes a different life.
Yeah,
And
that's for sure.
Yeah, it just sounds way bigger like that, and I could never think about doing what they're thinking about, you know?
Yeah.
So I have my mind, and they have their mind, and this is so beautiful about it.
Yeah.
But then when I approach live music, I'm not there yet, but
Mm-hmm.
also I think I will approach it in the similar way. You have the song and the basic structure, how it was recorded,
Mm-hmm.
but then life can be different.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's even, I would like to life to be different because I don't want the people to hear what they hear in their house. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to give them a different experience.
Yeah.
And this is very important. But I don't know how I'm going to approach it yet.
Yeah.
I think for this, I would like to get some funds. So I'm also approaching the funds and see if there's some stuff I can monetize with.
Uh-huh.
There are many funds in Berlin that you can get. You know the funds here?
No.
Like the music funds.
No, I don't know.
So yeah, there is like Music Intuitive, I think it's called.
Okay.
This is one. There are many. There are like I think 20
Okay.
kind of institutions that help artists. So you need to have a plan, of course. You need to write them kind of a letter, like telling about yourself, telling about the project. And then you tell them exactly what you need, how much money, what you're going to do with that.
Okay.
And then if they approve, then you get money.
Damn,
And
I
then
should have known that before doing this record.
I think it can help you once you have something that is done.
Yeah.
If you worked with people also in Berlin, I think it's really nice as well to mention
I
it.
didn't know this. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't know the exact names. But if you look up on Google, if you look in Facebook groups,
Okay.
so maybe you can
Yeah,
get
that's
some
a nice
information.
tip. Yeah.
Yeah, the podcast last week with a very talented singer. Her name is Caroline.
Okay.
And she received some money for her album. And with this money, she was managed to do a video clip.
Okay.
And she got really nice video clip. And, just a little bit, you can leverage it. And then you can jump, to the next level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, there are many stuff.
I don't know any of.
Maybe you can also find some Italian funds.
Yeah, I don't
give
know.
it a
I'm
look.
I love to start looking up those things because I'm like very DIY. Like I'm doing things myself, and I never think that there are those kind of things that can help you. Like
there are many of this. Also for weird projects like experimental, avant-garde, weird music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also for them, I don't know how they really judge the quality of the project because it's experimental. But I heard there are also grants for this.
Okay.
Yeah, there are many grants. There's so much money, and that's the thing with musicians. Sometimes we don't dare to take the money.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe humans, we have this trait that we don't dare, to take money. There is some weird thoughts sometimes about money.
I don't know. Some people really do take money.
Yeah, some people
no,
do.
I mean, but like, I never thought like for my art that, like, if it's a label to give you money, or it's like, okay, say the label says, okay, I'm printing you the vinyls, or I'm gonna pay the studio. That is money that I'll take. Like, of course, it's my product.
But usually you need to pay it back.
Yeah. I mean, they get a percentage of the selling and stuff like that. For sure.
It depends on the contract.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Yeah.
think,
We're talking like just general. But asking for money, that's something I'm not good at.
What is the difference, do you think?
Well, once is offered and the other one you ask. And I think it's like, I don't know. I think that if somebody offers you money to do your music, then I feel like, oh, okay, so I'm doing something good. They believe in me. I'm putting this money as my project, and something will come out of it. But if I have to go ask for the money to a music institution, I didn't know the existence, so I don't even. I'm just thinking right now, and. Yeah, probably it's like going to a bank and ask for a loan. I don't know. So,
I think there are two main differences. So first, they do offer you money. You just need to ask.
Yeah.
You need to apply because they have limited sources of money.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it's better than actually receiving money from a label because you need to bring the money back to the label somehow.
Okay.
And this is a dark place that a lot of artists maybe don't talk about so much, but there are many artists that got signed and they got money for their albums.
Yeah.
And it used to cost shitloads of money back
Yeah.
then. And they could not pay it back, so they had a lot of debt. They have to pay for the label.
Okay. As you said, depends on the contract, I guess.
Yeah.
You sign with the label.
Yeah, but today it's cheaper, so I think today usually it's more about percentage.
Yeah, I think you sell the records, or you buy the record from the label.
Yeah, I think it really depends.
Yeah, there is different kind of contracts, kind of label, the biggest, the smallest, and
Yeah, but it also depends on the artist. If the artist already have fan base,
Yeah,
and
for sure,
they
for
can
sure.
generate
Yeah,
money, so they
of
get
course.
better conditions. But when you get fans, I think the only thing you committed to do is to really give the amount of money to the people that you said you're gonna work with.
yeah,
Then you don't have to bring it back afterwards. So you
Yeah,
just
yeah, for
receive
sure.
it, and
Yeah.
this is yours.
that's true. That's actually
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
yeah, it's very interesting. Also, like what it's called, this website you can pay money for the album. I forgot the name of it.
yeah.
You can have the whole CD,
Okay.
and then you can listen to it, and you can choose if you want to pay to the artist. Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Yeah,
Bandcamp.
yeah.
It's also a very good way to ask your fans just to buy the album.
yes, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, because you can. Yeah,
And I don't know who did this calculation, but let's say if you have 100 fans that buy your album through Bandcamp, it's worth more like millions of streams on Spotify.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Stream on Spotify don't pay. Basically.
Yeah, not so much. Not so much.
Yeah, I do have a Bandcamp, but I don't know how to promote it, kind of. So I just like going. Usually, I share Spotify or YouTube.
How do you approach all the promotion stuff?
That's a nice question. So I try to spread through knowledge of people, like friends and stuff, and like, okay, can you listen, or just like playing live shows. Now that I start from next week, I didn't want to play any live show until this record is out, because then I feel like I cannot play the same place when the record comes out, like in a short time. So it have to be like a long time. So for now with the promotion, I'm just like friend circles and spreading around. And while I'm looking for concerts, I send my music so they can listen and just stuff like that. And I looked up like a Spotify promotion that you can do. So there are this agency
For playlists.
Yes. Yeah, but not the scam one, because there is a you can see the difference of the price.
There are a lot of scam ones.
Yeah,
but
because
even for the high price, there are scammers.
Yeah, but you got reviews from those. If you read the reviews, I mean, like, of course, everything can be a scam.
But
It's
which one-
online.
What is it called? The one that you use?
It's called Independent something. They send me a lot of. I think I don't remember, but I can tell you. I can tell you later. I'll have a look on the phone. This guy is like. I read multiple reviews from different websites about this, and it's not bots, like kind of playlist, but it's real listener. So
Real
it's
people.
real people listening. So what it does is like you give him the song. So the price is around €270 for
And
a
what they
song.
offer?
10,000 streamers.
They offer you streams or listeners?
That's a good question. I don't remember actually. I
Yeah,
gotta
I think
look
this
it
is
up.
how you can identify if it's a scam or not.
Yeah, yeah,
If they
yeah.
offer you streams, then probably not. But if they offer you listeners and exposure,
Yeah, it was something like that, because it was like it takes time. That's what it was saying, because
Yeah.
he has to approach the curators of the playlist, send
Yes.
the song, going by the vibe more than the genre of the song. So it's not that he's gonna approach first the punk rock. I mean, like of this case, like I don't know, singer songwriter genre, but more the vibe of the song.
yeah.
And try to get into the vibe playlist and a different kind of approach, but all with real listener and real streams, because Spotify can track the bots, and they can also suspend your account or remove your
Yeah, or
account.
shadow ban you.
Exactly,
But you don't know. And also it fucks your algorithm.
exactly, all of
then
that.
the Spotify doesn't know who to recommend you to.
Exactly, yeah. And I wanted to do this, actually. I wanted to give it a try. You know, it's like, okay, if it goes bad, I lose this money.
They didn't approve your song before? You sent them the song, or they just...
yeah, they listen to the song, and then they tell you, okay, We can work with it. The quality is good, and
Yeah,
stuff
this is
like
also
that.
a way to know if it's legit or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a money refund thing. So if you don't reach the goal, if they don't reach the goal within a certain time, you can ask for your money.
Is it called playlist promotion?
No, it's
No.
called Independent Academy, something like that.
There's also playlistpromotion.com, and they have similar way of working. So you need to send them a song first,
Yeah.
and then they come back to you if they can work with the song.
Yes. Yeah, there are. I looked up because I really. Indie Music Academy is called. And the guy's called Ryan.
Indie Music Academy.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. And they do also like. I receive emails because I've subscribed because I wanted to sign up for this thing. On how to work your promotion on Spotify, or like how can you be seen more on YouTube and all those kind of things. Of course, paying. But I wanted to promote my single "Keep Me at Bay" that was out. But then talking with friends, I was like, well, a friend specific, she said, but you have only this song out now. So if they promote this song, of course, people will listen to this song, but they don't have anything else to listen.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but then they maybe follow me on Spotify, and then when the album come out, they will get the updates. Like, yeah, but not all of them will just sign up. And so just wait for the record to come out. You can still pick the same song or another song, and then promote that. And then exactly. And that's why I didn't do it yet, because I'm waiting for the record to come out, and then I want to give it a try, because I think the tracks are good, the music is good, and I just want to be listened, like that's what every musician want, I think. Like when you put out music, you want people to listen to your music, and this is going back to what I said before, getting your chance, like have the possibility. I know everything has a cost. Nothing is free, like those kind of promotion. Either also the big bands, it's not that they are, of course, or also the medium bands, it's not that they are gonna pay this money to some dude online. They are just have an agency. They pay the agency. The agency with this money does all those things.
Yeah, we don't see it sometimes.
We don't see it.
As we consume the music, we see only the image.
Yeah, of course,
And
but they
don't
have
notice
like,
what's going on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. You will not get those money back from 10,000 streams or even 30,000 streams.
Sometimes even not at all. I think the streaming industry is not really profitable.
Not at all.
If you do Facebook ads, for example, to bring traffic to your Spotify, I think you pay. If you go really cheap, you might pay like 0.2 cent for a click.
Okay.
And how much you get from Spotify? Like 0.007.
Yeah, something like that.
So you pay like 3 times more. No, even more, I think. 0.07.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's like 100 times more, basically. You pay for each play. Yeah, it's really, really not worth it.
No.
But then if you have money and you want to create a little bit of buzz around your music, then it can be a good strategy.
Yes.
But also I think it's very important to know how we can retain this energy, because basically what we want when we do promotion, we want attention.
Yes.
So if you put your song, for example, in many Spotify playlists, then people listen to you, and then you have their attention.
Yeah.
And then what you do with the attention afterwards, And
you gotta keep it up.
Yeah, how do you get the attention? I see it like electricity. You have a lightning.
Yeah.
And the lightning can be wasted, or maybe you can have a lot of batteries and you can let the lightning charge it. But you need to make a setup.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah, but then also, all right. So how much of the lightning I managed to capture? Did I manage to capture 30%, 50%, or maybe 90%?
That's true. That's a good way to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just different from every artist, I think. But if people coming out to your Spotify, then you need to redirect them maybe to social medias.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Yeah, so they can give you a like, or maybe if not, there are many things you can do with marketing.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
as long as someone just came to your profile on Instagram or Facebook, then you can do afterwards. You can do ads to retarget those people.
Yeah.
And if you have websites, so you just need them to go once to the website, and then if you have enough money, you can just give them a lot of ads, so they always see your attention.
Yeah, I see. I'm so bad at this.
Yeah, a lot of musicians are not aware of this stuff because it's marketing, and us musician marketing now. We play music.
Yeah, exactly. We take care of the soul part of the business. Yeah.
But it's so important to get those parts really set up correctly, because then
Of
it allows
course.
us as musicians to be able to keep on doing that.
Yeah, and focus on
Yeah.
what we do best, music.
If I make money from music, I don't need to work a different job. Then I can be completely focused on making music.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's so far away mentally from us,
Yeah.
because most of the people, they don't really give a fuck about marketing.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true. They just play and
we
whatever.
just consume it, and that's it. It's
Yeah.
easy for us. It's comfortable.
Yeah. I'm more like, as I said, a chance. I want to be listened. I want to know how to do those things. I just don't know how to do them, and that's why maybe like I looked up for those playlists.
Yeah, this is a
agents-
great way.
Like they put you on a playlist, you're on a playlist, and you never know. Once you have the record out, they come listen to the record they like. They go on Instagram, they follow you, and you play concert. They come. So for me, promotion is like get your music, listen, and play live shows as much as
Yeah,
you
live
can.
show is one of the best promotional you can do for your music.
And still that one. And
Yeah, nothing can beat up a good live show.
No, man.
And when the artist is actually there performing, this is the best attention.
yes, and you
that
see
can have.
what's the real deal. I mean,
Exactly.
like if the artist is really good or okay, or it's just like not real. Like what you listen on online is not what is actually the real artist. And and that's the reason I only have this as a merch, this vinyl and stickers, but stickers come for free if you get the vinyl or just, because I wanted people, okay, t-shirts are cool, there are so many merch that you can do now, like to bring to your show and to get you money also, like
Yeah.
tote bag, t-shirts, a cap, I don't know, whatever. I was like, man, I want people to get my music, like a real solid thing in their hand when they say, okay, this guy put all his soul in this thing. I'm going to support him and I'm going to buy his music, And so that's why for now, I just want to do this. And
I think it's also good to make t-shirts. Sometimes people don't...
Yeah.
They want to support, but they don't feel like having a vinyl.
yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Maybe that's going to be for sure the next step.
Yeah.
Getting a t-shirt. But as I said, as a solo artist, it costs everything.
Yeah. There is the print on demand. You know print on demand?
No, what's that? See, yeah, man, you're opening up.
This concept, I think it's incredible, especially today when everything is internet. I think also every artist needs to have some internet shop that they can sell something. So what is print on demand? Basically, the t-shirt like you're wearing right now, if the t-shirt belongs to you and you have the design of it, so you just put it on the website, and there are different companies that once the order have been made, then the t-shirt is being created. So you don't need to buy stock of t-shirts.
So it's just one by one,
Yeah, by order, yeah.
but that would cost a lot.
No, because those factories are made to this kind of concept.
Okay.
So in the last years, it's really developed. It used to be more expensive, but more and
And
more.
you get a percentage from this.
You just buy the shirt.
No, okay. But
So let's say if the shirt is like $6 and you sell it for $15, then you get the remaining $9.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The whole thing, like if it was a real.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And usually with those companies and those websites, so if you pay in bulk and you buy it physically, it will be even cheaper. But there is this option, yeah. And this is
I
nice.
know. I did t-shirt with the band, of course, and you make 100, 150, or 50.
Yeah, then you get stuck with all those t-shirts, and what can I do with them now? The band is not active anymore. All right, we give away t-shirts, and then it's just money that's been gone.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I thought it would be more expensive. It's on demand because they have to, like, it cannot cost cheap if I just want to buy one.
Yeah, but those factories, they adjusted themselves, and I think also since COVID happened, in like 2020 and 2021, the internet shopping and all those like remote factories, I don't know, they became even stronger. Like Shopify and all those places and all the print on demands, they became really, really strong.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's,
like everyone got home. It was illegal to be outside, as we said, you know.
Yeah.
So you cannot even go to buy clothes. You have to buy it from the internet.
Yeah.
So people start to capitalize on that and say, "Oh, so I can
There's
do this
always a
people do
way.
that." Always, always, man.
2023, yeah.
Yeah, there are many ways, and
Yeah.
this is what I'm thinking constantly. How can I, get the attention in the right places? How can I translate this attention into money so I can keep on supporting the music?
Yeah.
And I can also bring better experience for the people who really want to support me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, that I didn't know about. That's
Yeah, and there are many ideas. There are many stuff.
Damn.
Like, I think the way we can make money from music, it's endless.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, if you can sell your product well, then yes.
Yeah, and t-shirts, man, this is the best marketing as well.
I know. It's just like,
Because then someone is walking, is like, is an ad for your music.
yeah, but it's
Walking
like,
ad.
yeah. But on the other hand, this is gonna be the next one for sure. It's not I'm saying like I'm never gonna be t-shirts or anything, you know. It's just like I prioritize the music side of the merch.
Yeah, for sure.
That's and as I said, being alone, I cannot just like spend huge amounts of money
Yeah.
on like t-shirts as well or something like that. But as a first thing, I wanted to be like, okay, I got my vinyls. Those are rad. They're badass. Just get one if you want to support the music, even if you don't have a vinyl player. I get it, but it's still a nice decoration piece.
That's amazing. Yeah, what is behind the name Red at Night?
So Red at Night, it's the title of a song of one of my favorite band, Gaslight Anthem, they're called. It's a band from New Jersey, and they're like one of my favorite, top three, like Social Distortion, Gaslight Anthem, Alkaline Trio. Those are my top three so far. But the title has nothing to do with the song. I just got the inspiration because I wanted to have not my name, my real name, or my nickname, if you want to, as a project name. I thought about something like, if I one day gonna play with a band, I want a band name, so that it's not Al and the blah 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 whatever. I just want to have like one name, and then if it's me alone, it's the name. If it's a full band, it's still the name without making modification about it. And I wanted something that was without a subject in it or an object. It can be anything. Red at Night, it can be like the moon, it can be the lights, it can be your mood, it can be anything. So something like that you cannot catch, that you cannot hold, or something like that. It can be anything you want.
That is very deep.
Yeah. Well,
like
that's how it came out. I didn't want to have like their couches, their pillows, or whatever, you know, like that. You can like you have an image. A Red at Night can be anything. You make whatever you want out of that name, and that how it came out. And listening to this song, I was listening to the song, and I was looking like, I want something like this and that and that. And then I saw the title, Red at Night. I was like, yeah, damn, this is what I want. And that's how I came out with the title of the project.
Sounds like you think a lot about your art and how you want to present it.
Yes, I do. I'm like,
If it goes well with the other ideas and the other concepts, you really
Yes.
put effort.
yeah, and the whole record is well, now it sounds too big if I say maybe, but like a concept album. It tells a story.
Yeah, I noticed this. I also heard the music from the beginning till the end.
Yeah,
And I felt there is some progressing elements there.
yeah, it's a love story basically, and it's a love story that that it had to hand, but not because there was no love anymore, but for different kind of things. So there is a song where the first song, Fireflies, where the girl is leaving. It's not it's part of a real story kind of, but with how do you say it in English?
Artistic elements.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's not word by word a real story. It's like every song has a real part in it, but the rest is like
The artistic exaggeration, maybe.
yeah, like made up if you want to. You know, some songs more, some songs less, but it tells a story, and the first is the girl that leaves the guy because she moves to another city, to a bigger city. So I imagine the story of like small town, the girl is going to the big city and the guy stares. They love each other but cannot work because it's too far. And then all the other songs are accepting that there is the story is developing, the pain is developing, you know, like in different stages of missing somebody or losing your love of your life or something like that. And it reached the point of Our Love's Funeral, which is not the last one, but the one before the last one, Our Love's Funeral, which when I wrote that, I thought about, okay, this is like a sad song. It's about like, it's a funeral, you know, like it's. And then nowadays, after I played it a lot, after, you know, I learned a lot, I feel that's like a celebrative song, a celebration. It is something ended and was so special and big. You do a celebration, and like you honor it with a funeral. And yeah, and then the last one is just a wish, be fine, and it's something that it says I'm gonna be fine. And sometimes, and the lyrics is nice because it says I'm gonna tell myself this lie every night and I'm gonna be fine. But then it's also a wish. Okay, I'm gonna be fine. I don't know. It ends this story. So yeah, as you said, I think a lot about my music, about how to put it down, and I like that part. I don't know.
Me
it's
too.
just-
It's more fun to listen to music like that.
yeah, because yeah,
For me as a kid, you know, let's take the Heroin Diaries for example. Man, the songs are so deep once you really go into the actual music.
Yes.
Yeah, for those who don't know, this guy Nicky Six is the bass player of Motley Crue, and I think the main forces behind the band.
Yeah.
So most of the songs he wrote, everything, text, lyrics, music.
Yeah.
And he was addicted to heroin heavily.
Yeah.
And he was so addicted that he died twice from overdose. I said one of the times that he died was in London, I think 86, I'm not so sure. And it was in the street where he got some heroin, and the dealer injected him in the vein. And then he started to, I don't know what happens, but I think you stop breathing, like your breath gets very low and low. And then the dealer freaked out, so he took him and he threw him to the garbage bag. Garbage, not bag, the big garbage
can. I don't know the name, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then Nicky Six just woke up and he realized he's in a garbage can. Somehow he survived that, and then he died again, I think maybe 2 or 3 years afterwards. And this is like a famous story that he was with Slash from Guns N' Roses, and Steven Adler, the bass player, and the girlfriend of Slash at the time. I think her name was Sally, because I also read the biography of Slash. It was really
you
cool
read
song.
also the Slash. I read it too.
Yeah.
I was-
So you have like the two stories combined from different perspectives.
Man, those things could happen only in the 80s.
Wow.
Nowadays, they will not be.
Wow.
like-
Yeah, and they had so much money back then as rock stars.
Ooh,
And
man.
I was wondering how much they would spend monthly on drugs. Wow.
And they'll get the nice drugs because at that level, with that money,
I'm not so sure.
I think so. If you
Probably.
survive years of heroin, it must be like,
Maybe.
or cocaine
Yeah.
at that levels.
Yeah, it needs to be good stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, then he died the second time. And when he died the second time, this is basically what he tells the whole year. Before that, he tells in his diary, just writes everything down, really intense. And you have also his friends and the manager commenting on the diary entries that he did. And with that, he also did an album, which is called the Heroin Diaries soundtrack.
Yeah. I heard that.
And for me, it was the first encounter that I had with this project, because I heard the music first, and then I realized, oh, there is a book. I might order it. And the music there is, I love it when you just go and there is a story, and the story relates to so many other stories, and somehow they connect with one another throughout the album. So you just, every line of the text got a meaning.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have references to other songs or to some different events, and it just makes everything richer. I love to find that out and to realize it about songs. I think the last artist that I realized it about him was Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
You know him?
Yeah.
And his album To Pimp a Butterfly is a masterpiece.
Yeah,
And-
is the one that, okay, Them? Is that?
No, that was his The one afterwards.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
okay,
also
but
a
it's
very
the
good
same
one.
artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I listened to that record, not before. I'm not big in hip hop. I could listen sometime, but
Oh,
I know the
listen to
name
this
Kendrick
one, man, it's
Lamar. I know that
incredible.
it's
I think them is
big
more
now.
hip hop-ish, but
Okay.
To Pimp a Butterfly, it's very much jazz mixed.
oh really?
Every song is like a different movie,
Okay,
and I got a lot of inspiration.
okay,
from this
I'm
one.
gonna check it out for sure.
Yeah, and then you go, deeper in the culture of how he lives his life and all the meanings and how things
Okay.
are connected. And I feel you have the similar thinking about your music. You just want to bring everything somehow.
Yeah.
To maximize the musical real estate.
Yeah, I mean, like, I do think a lot, and I bring a lot of life experience into my music. I like that. I try to make it a little bit, of course, more not poetic, but more like a novel, like telling a story. You know, I like to tell stories and putting some real life into it, and then expand it a little bit. And that's a thing that I like to do in live shows, is talk a lot. Like within some, not a lot, like I'm gonna do 2-hour set and I talk for 1 hour and a half and 30 minutes playing, but I like to explain the songs somehow
Yeah,
when
it's
I'm
nice.
playing, because I feel like artists that go on stage, they play and that's it. I mean, okay, interaction, hey guys, how you doing, blah blah blah. I mean, but I like, see, this is things that I learned by going to shows, when how people do, and what I like of artists doing. I like when an artist is telling me stuff, talking to me, because otherwise I listen to a record.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not talking, I mean, cool, I saw you live, I saw you playing, you're cool. But I like also, okay, this song, I wrote it about this. Or, funny story, this song came up because this line came up because of this and that. And I think that's cool, because, I mean, you want to know those things, right? You want to know why this artist did that. Otherwise, why are you there? Okay.
Yeah, it's different interaction as well, because the person that on the stage, he actually tells you pay attention to what's going on.
Exactly.
And he's in the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then it creates a bigger connection with the audience.
Yeah, that's and I love that.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Me too, man.
Yeah, because
Did you have a band that you saw live and they were not communicative and thought, this is very disappointing?
yeah, this band that I saw last week that I was telling you
Yeah.
before, they play straight up.
Yeah,
I mean,
one
they
song
did.
after the other and that's it.
Yeah, they talked just a little bit, but it was not the right. I mean, not the way I like the interaction. If you want, the songs were great. They play amazing shows, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing." I'm happy I saw those guys. But sometimes I like these things. Like the opener, it was more engaging. Maybe because you are alone, and like it's good to have a back and forth with the crowd, or just also tell stories. Like I was telling the stories. Okay, this song is about being a child living on a farm in North Texas, and we always hope that the rain will come. So the rain was a good thing for me growing up, because my parents always say, I hope it rains, because of warm weather, you have a farm, you need water. So when somebody is telling you those things, I find it super cool,
Yeah.
because it gives you a little bit of himself, and then you listen to the song, and then you can more get into the song. I'm like that.
Yeah, it kind of prepare a little bit the mind.
Yeah, exactly that. And so, as you said, it forces you to pay attention.
Yes.
Because if I'm playing my songs, then you may be like, yeah, it's cool, but then you go on the phone. But maybe I tell you something before playing that song that you really want to hear, or you want to connect that
Yeah,
thing.
it's very true. Yeah.
So that's one thing that I started noticing in live shows, and it's something that I want to do as well. And funny thing, I have no idea how to do it in Italian.
What do you mean?
This talking about my songs, I don't know how to do it. It's very hard for me to do it in Italian, which is my...
Because you practiced in English most of the time.
Yeah.
That's
And because
funny.
I think English is more not interesting, but as the language of the music that I do. And I don't know, when I tell a story, I like to tell it in English. So in Italian, I like, okay, I want to say this or that, like the songs, more or less, I know what I want to say. And if I think about that in Italian, I'm like, people will be like, what are you talking about? I'm like, it sounds so different. So for me, for my vibe, also the word choice to use, it's, I don't know. So it's going to be interesting to do it in Italian, but this is a fun thing that I have in my head. Like,
Yeah, it's very different because you think in a different language, so you have different logics, how you approach life, basically.
Exactly.
But it's a good challenge, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting next month. I'm going there and I was like, okay, this is rather nice. No, see, I thinking in English is coming nice, but then when I have to translate it in Italian, I'm like, this makes no sense. Or I sound just weird, which is not bad, sounding weird, but then again, it's like, I don't know. It's something like that.
And what is behind the album name, Empty Seats?
Empty Seats. This is also...
Yeah, there is also beautiful artwork. So
yeah, my
huge,
friend Carlo did all of this.
He did the art?
Yeah, he did the front, back, and the inside.
Yeah. The art, just for those of you who cannot see it, you can see probably on the picture. Yeah. That will be on the podcast. You'll be able to see the beautiful vinyl and owl. And then you can see like this. There is a beautiful, huge red moon, and there is a... what was it called?
A bench.
A bench,
An empty bench.
But then there are 2 drops of some liquid.
Tears.
Tears.
Yeah, the moon is
like
crying.
Tears, definitely.
The moon is crying because the bench is empty now. So that's where they used to sit.
So is it like, is the moon symbolize the romantic?
Yeah, it's like kind of it's cry. Yeah, something like that. It's like,
and then the romantic is gone, so that's represented by the bench.
Exactly, the empty seats that are on the bench. So
yeah, it's very mellow.
Yeah.
Also, I remember when we first interacted with each other, I saw the album cover and thought, no, it's very. There is something sad about it, but not completely sad.
Yeah, something. Yeah, that's
like
the
something
vibe
fresh still.
Yeah,
there is some finishing sadness, but something new, something exciting.
Yeah, and the name Empty Seats, it's a funny story because with my best friend Mickey, we in Italian, it came up in Italian the name first. I mean, not the name of the record, but we were talking. We make lists sometimes, and you got first place, I like this. Second place, I like this, and then. There is not a clear third place, so there is an empty seat in the list. So you say, okay, like my favorite band is Social Distortion, then it's Gaslight Anthem, and then there is an empty seat, and then there is Alkaline Trio. So to make a little extra difference, like step. So it makes sense in Italian. So in a chart, there is an empty spot because you are not third, you are a little bit under.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, something like that. And then by joking, I was like, because we used it a lot, like joking and saying like, oh, things I would like to do now, being at the sea, having a cold beer, empty seat, and like, I don't know, being somewhere else, like making those lists. I was like, oh, I'm going to call my record Empty Seats. And then as the record developed and the story developed, I was like, okay, Empty Seats is also all the places that I used to hang with this person now are empty because she's not there. So there are empty seats all over me where she used to be. Like, that's how it came up, like. So I was like, okay, I can make something that was born as a fun thing, but actually have a real connection with something that is related to the record. And that's how Empty Seats come out.
It's a great technique to use humor and to joke around to find creativity.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, okay, I'm going to call it like that, Empty Seat, you know what? And then I was like thinking, okay, but Empty Seat is also deep. It's also like, if you look at it another way, it's like this kind of romantic stuff. So that's how it came up.
Wow. Then, it's so beautiful that you.
Yeah, thank you, Mickey. I have to give props to him because it was he the first one starting using Empty Seats. So he said, hey, if you ever say the name of Empty Seats, you have to quote me. So here we go.
Oh, this is so interesting. Yeah. And I love the stories behind the music.
Yeah. There is a crazy story about this record. So I told you all the name, the title.
What was the craziest story that you want to share about this project? about the album recording?
Oof. Crazy story about the lyrics, about which song, or
Whatever, crazy experience while recording, something unreal that happened. Or maybe some experience that led you to write one of the songs, yeah.
I don't know. That's a good. I think the whole thing was crazy. So the whole process of this, as I told you before, is like I played acoustic and the voice. Seeing all this thing developing was crazy. That was the crazy part, because I write music and lyrics, I sing them, I send them to the studio, and then he sent me back a drum played live by a drummer on those songs. And I'm listening for the first time, I'm like, damn, I mean, it sounds already good. And then, okay, then I go to the studio and I don't know what kind of bass line we're going to play, because my friend, he practiced on what I send with the drum and acoustic guitar, but obviously it doesn't have the vibe of being there together. It's a punk rock bass player, and so this is another kind of music. So, you know, you have to. So we went to the studio and worked on the bass, and we wrote it there basically. That's crazy. And then I'm done. I go home, and 2-3 days after, he sent me the electric guitar and the slide guitar, and I'm like, wow, this is insane. I mean, like, how the thing developed step by step. I think that was the craziest part. They do this kind of record without a full band and without knowing how it will come out. So I think that's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
when you just let go and let things happen.
Yeah, exactly. And trust people. I'm a big believer on trusting people. So like, I'm like that. Also, like, for example, trusting when I go to get a tattoo or like something like that. The tattoo artist like, you want it like this? I was like, hey, you are the artist. I bring you the idea. You do it your way. I'm coming to you because I like your work. So do it in the way you see it fit. And I try, you know, like, is this the same with David at the studio? I know, like, this is the vibe that I want. I trust you. And that's what I did, and that's how it works.
Yeah. It's easy to trust people when they have better skills than you, but
Absolutely.
if you trust, like when someone got less skills than you,
Oh, well, then you don't need to go to those people then, right?
sometimes you do need, because you cannot do anything.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I wish we could do anything.
But then they have different skills than you, because they cannot
They have
have
different
voice.
skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, like for me, I cannot never send my mixes to someone else. I think no one can do it as I do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Interesting. Have you ever tried, like, just to
no.
see how it will feel?
No, no. Yeah, it's difficult to explain that. Yeah.
No, but I totally get it. I mean, like, if you're good at that.
I know I will need to pay a lot of money in order for me to send it to the best one, so I can get what I want to sound.
Okay.
But if I do it myself, if I know how those legends making the sound, then I can do it myself.
Sure.
Then I will have the powers, you know, and then it's good because I can also offer my skills to other people.
True.
So yeah,
True
why not? Yeah, mixing, it's all about style in the end.
Yeah. And if you know your style and you know how to do it, you need the tools. So if you have the tool,
need to know how to use the tools as well.
exactly.
It's very
Yeah, because
important.
you can have the tools and don't know how to use them, and then it's a waste.
Yeah, but also mixing today becomes really easy, slowly
really.
with technology, with AI.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Imagine you have AI put on the equalizer, and that's it. It fixes everything.
Man.
You don't need to listen to the same part again and
Don't
again.
you? Yeah. It misses a little bit of romantic part on it. No, a little bit. You know, okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, I mean, I never do mixing, so I know that it's a pain in the ass. And so if something helps you like that,
Yeah,
it's good.
It's like in Photoshop, you know, if you want to select the subject, I think really in the old days you need to go with the mouse and do everything around the body and everything perfectly. But today you just have some AI, you just do a subject and then it automatically creates around it. So work that would normally will take you, if you're skilled, let's say maybe 5 minutes, can take you 10 seconds. And then maybe you fix a little bit there, and it saves you so much time.
For sure, yeah,
And then your
true.
creativity can go more.
That's true, yeah. But like for a mixing AI, you need to give him some indication though, or it just like does it and you like. I mean, like how that work?
I think music is dynamic, most of it.
Mm-hmm.
So also when you mix, if you make some changes, it's not the same the whole song.
Yeah.
So that's why I use automation. So let's say I have a chorus and I use acoustic guitar also on the chorus.
Yeah.
So I will want to cut all the lows and maybe some of the highs because then it can overlap with other frequencies and create some harsh frequencies or maybe mud. But if I just play the guitar by itself, I don't want to cut all the lows. I want the guitar to sound full.
Yeah.
So those kind of decisions, someone needs to be aware when he's making the mixing, yeah?
Okay.
But then when you have the guitar and you have specific frequencies that annoy you, and you want to just make a general kind
Think
of...
about.
Exactly.
Then
Just to
you say-
improve the signal, then you need to really find those frequencies.
Okay.
And when you have AI, it just listens. And in real time, it makes decisions what to do with those frequencies.
Oh, okay, cool.
So in real time, it chooses, oh, this one is like a tiny bit high. We take a tiny bit down. We balance everything. And I think you can have like general things, like I want more mid-range, more bass.
Okay.
And then the AI kind of levels everything.
Crazy.
Man, it's insane. You have this, I don't know if it's real or not, but there is one mixing engineer and he got, I forgot his name. I really forgot his name. But he's working really good today and he got a plugin. He put it on the master bus, like the last in the channel.
Okay.
And he called it the God particle.
Okay.
And he says there is some AI inside and it just make everything sounds better.
Wow.
You know, I heard some people doing review.
Okay.
And it just brings juice. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, imagine you're eating something and there is just more flavor.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, like, it's cool. I mean, like, as I said, this is good technology that helps you to make something better.
And in just tiny bit, it can create such a juicy sound of everything.
Yeah, man. Nice.
Yeah, so maybe those way it can be helpful. But then also now the music AI became really strong.
Like
Generating
music.
text to music.
Yes.
You
That's
know
what
this
I wanted
stuff?
to bring out. Like, there is an AI for writing poetry, writing lyrics,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Man, it's lame.
Yeah, why? For what reason? The quality of it? Or the
No,
fact that you can
I
do it?
don't know the thought of it. I don't like that. I mean, if you got something to say, you say it. It's not just like put it in and some AI generates it for you. It's like having a ghostwriter, right?
Kind of.
Yeah, like,
But what if it can inspire you and you just make a few changes and all of a sudden this is the best thing you ever wrote?
but I don't know. It depends, maybe again. How does it work? So you write a topic and they write something for you, or how it is?
It depends. It depends what you use there. So there are many
Okay,
generators.
Okay.
It depends what you want to do. So let's say if it's text, you have ChatGPT, which I think is the most popular one. But maybe there are stronger generators. But you can do like write me a poem about this and that in the style of, and you can put your favorite poems.
Okay.
You can tell it how long you want it to be, how many maybe words or syllables you want to have in each sentence. You can really go deep if you know how to use those codes. I think it's going to be an actual work for people in the future.
I don't know. I'm just like a bit old school about it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's bad, but then again, like if you say, okay, you write, you have the topic of a lyric, you don't know how to take out words, and maybe it can help you out. It's like, it could be like you're listening to music and you get inspired by it.
Yeah.
The lame part would be if you use that whole thing.
Yeah, but then what's the difference if you do it, yourself as an artist? You just generate random words and random music, or you just let the machine do it for you?
Well, I expect that when you do it, it generates from your soul, from your heart.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Yeah.
But what if you're just an artist and you're just a producer and you just produce just to have some music?
Okay, then, yeah, of course. Then it's... Sure. I mean, I think about musicians like ourselves, or like bands or something like that. And I don't know. I hope these people have something to say. I like that. And of course, as like what you're saying before about the lo-fi on Spotify, just to generate money or something like that. So
Yeah.
this is a different kind of animal, I think. So that's fine. It's a different kind of thing. But if I think about like me writing a lyric like that, I don't know. I will feel weird about it. I will feel weird. Like,
Yeah, I think we don't know it yet. Or it's not serving us really well at the moment.
yeah, exactly. I
As
mean,
it can serve us.
I think that if you are an artist, you are always something to say. Some days more, some days less. But if you write every day something, or any chance that now we have mobile phone, you don't have to have a book with you when you have a thought. So you can just pick up your phone, write something, and maybe you use it 2 months after. So I feel like everybody has something to say. Everybody has a way to say things, like feelings. Then there are people maybe like us, musicians or artists, that know how to maybe channel it into something else than just thinking about these things and then let them die because they don't know how to do it. It's not a bad thing or a fault, it's just different. So I think that everybody has always something to say or to write or to share. So with all those things, you don't need an AI to tell you. I think you don't need an AI to tell you how to feel. Or no, not how to feel, but how to write what you feel. Or maybe, yes, just to get an idea of how it is to write a song. So if you don't know how to write a song, or you're like, okay, I don't know if this is good. Let me see how it is. I mean, there are books that tells you how to write a song or help you, no? Yeah. So this AI can be something that you can experiment with it and say, okay, this and that. Okay, well, see, okay, they're using this. But you can also read lyrics from your favorite musicians and get inspiration. I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm more old school about this thing. And I don't know.
I think it's just really new. For me, for example, and this is a secret I'm sharing.
Oh, okay.
So when I used to write rap texts,
Okay.
I really relied heavily on rhymes, but
Yeah.
very specific kind of rhymes. Because you can have the rhyme in the end of the phrase or the sentence, but
Yeah.
if you have inside the rhymes, then you can really play with some rhythms. And sometimes what I would do, there is a website, it's called rhymezone.com.
Yeah, I know that.
And I will just enter the word that I want to find rhymes, and it will give me a list of rhymes. And sometimes those words will trigger my imagination.
Yeah, but it's cool. This is cool.
But it's like cheating,
It
because
is
then
really-
they can go to Eminem and he would say, "Yeah, I'm very old school. I will go to dictionaries and I would search for the rhyme."
But English is not your first language.
It's not about the first language. It's about having shortcut about it, Because I can also go to a dictionary and I can also look for those words and see what rhymes,
Yeah.
what doesn't rhyme,
I think this is a bit different. There is
I think this is the same with the AI.
no. You think so?
Yeah.
But
He just makes it faster.
Yeah, but it takes away the creativity, I think.
I don't agree.
No?
No.
Okay.
I use a lot
Interesting.
the image generator.
Okay, I don't know about it.
I can show you actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can show you.
I'm saying I'm not against it. I'm just like, I don't know, for creating lyrics or poems or stuff like that.
And all this AI generated.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going heavily with the pigeon. Son of a pigeon needs to have a lot of pigeons.
Going back to Mike Tyson then again. He's a big pigeon fan.
Mike Tyson, really?
Yeah. He has pigeons in his house.
Oh.
He breeds them.
Mike Tyson, if you hear it, let's have a conversation.
You gotta
Be an
send
honor
him.
to talk with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
To do
Oh,
some
this is
microdosing
the
with him.
logo, right? Or
No, it's similar, but this is one of the sessions that I used for the logo for the podcast. Yeah. And this is
great.
really seconds. You just write down text and you see what comes up, and then you can modify the text a little bit, see what comes up.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, there are some techniques how to use the machine. Basically, what kind of things to write, and you can generate a lot of stuff. And you know how much I generated? What you see now is just 5 photos, and I have like thousands.
For people who are not seeing, is pigeons and like kind of samurai kind of thing. Then a wine. Those are cool. I would never. I wouldn't know. I thought maybe somebody did it for you or you did it. Like,
Yeah, and imagine if you use a few generators. So let's say what I use for this, it's called Midjourney.
okay.
And Midjourney, for example, if you tell him show me a hand, then he got problem with showing 5 fingers. So you see like a weird hand with 6 fingers or maybe some connected fingers.
Okay.
But then you have something, it's called Stable Diffusion. It's also another generator, and it can make the hands perfect.
Okay.
So this one, the Midjourney, it's very artistic, as you see.
Yeah.
And if you can combine this with another generator, and then you can combine everything with Photoshop to final touches, you can have crazy, crazy art.
But you see, you're working with that. Like, it's not that you put samurai pigeon and you got this.
Basically, yeah.
Really?
This is not edited. This is straight.
Straight out.
Yeah, this is straight up. Yeah.
Damn, this is good.
It's incredible.
I want to try this thing and see what's up.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, and imagine what kind of art you can generate with that. And you know what's the craziest thing? I just took some lyrics from my songs and I
put it in.
Yeah, see what kind of images it generates.
Oh, really?
Man, it's crazy sometimes.
Wow, that's a cool. That's actually nice.
Yeah.
That's actually nice. That's nice. See,
Everything
but this
can be
is some
creative.
kind of art. You put your lyrics in, and then you see an image. I don't know. Creating a lyrics from zero for me is something. This is different, maybe because I'm not.
But what if you have a photo or a picture and
you want to have a lyrics about it?
Yeah,
and you don't know how to write. And
yeah,
then
it
you
might
will-
be like a picture to text generator. So you put a photo and then the AI generates you text.
Okay.
Then maybe you can ask it. Maybe you can make it with rhymes. Maybe you can make it poetry style. And maybe it can give you some ways to describe what you're seeing in a way that you never thought about before.
Okay. And then you say like, hey, you got this text, and then from this text you can create your own text.
Yeah, you can modify it a little bit. Or maybe you can leave it as is if it's perfect for you and you thought this is the most genius lines you ever read. So why not take
but
it?
then when you release that, who you credit?
That's the tricky part.
Yeah, because then it's like music and lyrics by. You cannot say it's by you.
Yeah, yes and no. But also the music that we make, it's not really by us because we get inspired by so many artists.
Sure.
So we are ourselves like kind of AI generator, but we're not as efficient as a machine.
That's true.
'Cause
I don't know. Yeah, but I'm thinking like, okay, I have a lyric that is generated by AI. And it's not inspired, it's just generated. I like it the way it is. I changed 3 words, but I cannot say that this is my lyric.
Yeah, that's something that we're not used to it because we think like we need to write it down so it will be ours.
Yeah.
But then, if the laws are with you and whatever you generated by law, it belongs to you. So can you say it's yours? Like how can
That's
you?
a
Is
thin
it your
line.
credit?
I think with going forward in time in the future, we will know more about this. For now, I would say no, it's not mine.
You will never take any credit for this.
No, because somebody would tell me, "Wow, this lyrics is beautiful."
But what if you got inspired by a song, and you take?
But then I write it down.
That you got inspired by the song.
No, I write down my own song.
Yeah, but it's like someone generated the song. At least for me, I would say it without any shame. I take parts and I just copy paste them.
But it's.
And I say it's mine in the end.
Yeah. I mean, like, as I said, I don't judge anybody who's doing it. That was a question that I asked you, like, if who's credit to?
Yeah.
Like, I will not credit myself, but getting inspired. So, if I generate a lyric and I write a completely different lyric, then this is inspiration. Not a complete different lyric, but you can get inspired. And let's say you use, there is like 4 verses and 2 chorus, and all of this you use 2 lines, and the rest is all yours, then I would say it's my lyric. Because as you said, if you listen to a band and you get inspired by this band, then of course you can steal maybe a word or two words and then put it into
some more.
yeah, sure, but yeah, it's a thin line. I don't know. I don't judge. I mean, like anybody can do whatever, and it's great. Like those images here, they're rad. I mean, like they're cool. I mean, like it's great. I don't want to try it out and see what's going on. I put some of my lyrics in and see what comes out. It's refreshing and it's interesting. But yeah, but like, would you say you did this? Like, no, I mean, like,
I generated
did you
it.
draw this? No,
I did not draw it.
You generated.
Yeah, but also the way you write down what you want to write down, it's called a prompt. Whatever you feed
Yeah, you
AI.
give the prompts, right? Yeah.
So
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the way you generate the actual prompts, this is art by itself.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, yes. So you can say this was my idea, and instead of a person doing it, AI did it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like,
It's very tricky. It's very
it's
new.
very tricky. Yeah.
We don't know
it's,
how to manage around it as humans.
Yeah, and because it's new, so we
Yeah.
don't know how to get there. And as I said, the future will tell us probably
Yeah.
more things because more artists will start to use it, and then you see where it goes. So,
It's all over the place already.
yeah. See, there you go. I'm like,
It's really all over the place. And also
do you know
one of
which kind of music is more used, or which kind of
AI music?
Yeah.
For this I don't really know. It's not as big as like the generator for the images.
Okay. You mean more images?
Images are really big.
Okay.
Also, this Chat GPT kind of concept. I forgot generative text. I think it's called. I'm not sure what it's
Okay.
called, but this idea of Chat GPT. So those are really the strong ones. There are now some video stuff that's going on. Also, voice is very strong. So, for example, right now you can take my voice from the mic, you can sample it,
Okay.
and then you can write down whatever you want, and my voice will say it.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's dangerous
Yeah. It gets into a weird place, and
because somebody could take our voices,
even more.
made a phone call, and just like pretend it's us, or
Yeah,
say things that we never said, and then
Yeah.
use against us.
exactly.
That's fucked up.
And I can also take video of you for a minute, and I can sample the video.
I think I saw something like that on Twitter. That there was somebody doing the video thing.
Yeah. It's called the most famous one called Deep Fake.
Okay.
And I think it's been used by some Korean company.
Okay.
And they, not just a company, a news company. So they used it for the main host of the news. So if there is some breaking news that comes all of a sudden, they don't need to bring her to make makeup and to prepare
Oh, they
everything.
just put this.
Yeah. And like seconds after the event comes or the news comes, just like 1 second afterwards, they upload it, tak. 5 minutes, you already have your...
And it's real. You don't see it. It's
you don't notice.
so if she pisses somebody off at the company, and the guy or the girl who does this, she could just made up a video of her saying some stupid stuff, and she would be all over the web.
Basically, yeah. Yeah, it's very sensitive things. And then the question is, how do we know when we are speaking with bots or with real humans?
Yeah, that's.
But also with ChatGPT, you can... you have also, I don't know if it's another AI, but you can insert the text or that ChatGPT created or any text, and you can ask it if it's made by AI or a real human.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn! How do I know?
Yeah, I think you have like the digital footprint. Because what is AI? You can imagine it like a system with feedback.
Okay.
So there is like as we said, if everything is balanced, then nothing really happens. So you need a little bit of imbalance, and then the chaos begins to generate itself. So this is how AI works. You have all this knowledge and all the data that it feeds, and then you have they introduce some noise or some randomness, and from that it starts to generate. So there is some data, and then like the algorithm check itself, and then you see what fits the most. It does it super fast.
Okay.
And yeah, just this fast, it's like this is what's called AI, because it goes so fast that we think that this is something with intelligent. And this is how it works. And also with photos, when you see how it generates, you start with something really blurry and disgusting.
And then
Slowly with time, like you see how it gets more and more detailed. And, you know, if you look like 70% of how these pictures were made, the pigeon,
yeah.
it will not look like this. Just only the last 30%, it gives you so much details.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so from this, like the noise that it chooses how to do that, then you can have like a footprint. And maybe this how you can trace back if it was
Okay, yeah.
created by a machine or not.
Crazy. I'd like to put some of my lyrics in there and see what they think.
It would be interesting, huh?
Yeah, that would be really interesting to see. No, this is original. No, this is auto-generated. And maybe, I mean, I can guarantee this is all original, but it would be really interesting to be like, oh man, like
imagine how many covers,
like,
album covers you can generate with that. You know, just a session of 1 hour. That's crazy,
it's crazy. Wow, that's for fun. It's really fun. Like, for fun, it's really interesting.
And I'm also curious with podcast because I know there is already AI that can. It can hear what I'm saying, turn it into text, and then I can translate the text to a different language.
Oh.
And then I can take the voiceover, but in Spanish, so I can speak Spanish. And then I can have this podcast to everyone who speaks Spanish, or French, or Russian, or whatever.
That's mad.
Yeah, imagine this. And then you can have so much rich. Maybe also with music it will be possible.
Yeah, for sure. So finally I can know what to say on stage if I translate to Italian. I recorded what I want to say in English and then they translate it in a way that I'm like, okay, that sounds good.
Yeah, you remember all those big artists? They used to make like French versions of their song or Spanish versions?
Yeah.
Like, I think this is the same. You just want to reach those people. But AI makes it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
But also with music, it's also got a bit bigger lately. So I know Google, they have like a music generator AI. So you write down text. What did I see? Like someone wrote down a 60s club. So you see like music that was played in the 60s and then 70s club and like every decade. And you hear the music changes and it sounds like the music that people would actually play. In those times, and it sounds good. It sounds really, really good.
No, I'm sure it does. I mean, like it's damn. That's
and
crazy.
Also, they can generate vocals. The vocals doesn't say so much. Like you don't really hear any words, but you hear vowels and you hear someone is singing. It just sounds like gibberish. Hey, man, it's so crazy. It's so interesting.
Man.
But also this, if you're like looking for. Let's take something wild. Paco de Lucia with Britney Spears, like some combination you can never think about.
Those,
and then AI puts it back into reality. And I don't know about you, but for me, this is the whole concept of music, just to take weird combinations and to see where it goes. But then I need to have like the right players. I need to invest time in recording and to see what it sounds like. But what if I have the AI and then I write it down?
Yeah, then you know earlier if you like it or not, what you're doing.
Yeah, and maybe it can save a lot of time. Maybe it can bring me some ideas that I never thought executing.
Yeah, that's true. That if you use it as a help tool in that sense, I think it's nice. It can give you something.
Yeah, it's a very interesting time to be alive.
Yeah, that definitely.
And then also, this is one of the things. How do you know that you're talking with a real human or with a robot?
Yeah.
And this is something that I don't know how we solve it.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think maybe crypto can help us. You know some things about crypto?
Nothing, man.
I think like the main role in crypto is to bring the trust back. It's like a system that you cannot really fake.
Okay.
So imagine like a bank that everything is open.
Okay.
And you can see exactly what transactions the bank is making or the government, what exactly they're doing with the money. And this is like the idea behind it.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, if you want to see how it can help us, I don't know how it goes for you, but usually when I post something on Instagram, I have like bots replying.
Yeah,
it's everybody like that, right?
Yeah, sure.
And you have all those weird bots exactly that send you some weird stuff on the DMs.
Yes.
Or maybe they tag you in the stories. Like those.
Exactly. Yeah.
So those bots, if you report them and they get blocked, so nothing happens, right? The
Yeah.
person who did it can make a new one, no
Yeah.
problem. But if you have blockchain, then you can put your money there on let's say, I don't know, some funds on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it costs you 10 euros deposit to be on Instagram.
Okay.
So if someone reports on you that you're not a real person, you're gonna lose those 10 euros. And if all those bot farms places, if they would have this entry like 10 euros, and then every time a bot will come to you, you can report it and you can get half of it and half goes back to Instagram.
Okay.
Then the person who wants to make thousands of bots, he will need to invest a lot of money.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And this is one way it can solve it, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Because the internet became really strange with this.
Yeah,
You
for
can
quite
just
some
generate
time now.
some weird bots and...
Yeah, it's not fun. You post stuff and you got like these weird people. I mean,
Yeah, and you get like 5 or 10 likes really fast, and none of them is a real person.
yeah, it's like,
And you cannot really communicate with them, and it's really strange.
yeah,
And also,
Don't
your
like that.
posts are not getting shown as much as it used to be.
yes, on Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have Facebook, but Instagram, I know that. Like, it's weird also when you post what time, what not time. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, yeah, they say it matters, but actually, relative matters. Sometimes you post on a Sunday and you get more likes than you post on a Monday. I don't know, like weird stuff.
You can actually see it on your Instagram where the followers are most active in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You have like the professional dashboard, and you can
Yeah.
look there. And I think you need to click on the number of the followers.
Okay.
And then it gives you what times of the day. And then you can choose to post in
Yeah,
those
for
times.
sure. No, that's good. Good tip, man. You give me good tips.
Yeah, man, hopefully it will give value to people.
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's so many talented people in Berlin, and since I started to do the podcast,
Yeah.
I'm becoming really aware of this.
That's cool. But as I said, thank you to you for having this idea and bringing people and be super nice about it and being super chill. That's
Yeah.
great. Like it's cool. I'm really happy that you have me here and then
Yeah, me too. It was
that you're
really
doing
fun,
this, man. This is like I'm gonna spread the word about this because it's cool and you like not only the podcast need more attention but also like the artists on the podcast. So like
Yeah.
it's a win-win. So as soon as more people listen and more people know about this, because you're doing something great here and it's
Thank
a
you.
great idea. And I love chatting with you. Just like we sat here, I don't know how long time passed, but it's like
Yeah, we're already 2.5 hours.
what?
Yeah.
Oh shoot. All right. Well, that was fun, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let's play some music.
Yeah, I'm gonna play 3 songs now from the record.
Cool. You want to share a little bit about the songs before we...
Yeah, so I'm gonna play this song called "These Nights." It's the shortest one. Yeah, and then "Our Love's Funeral" that I talked about before, and the single that is out on Spotify, "Keep Me at Bay," which I think is one of the best lyrics I ever wrote. So
Not generated by
not
AI.
generated. No. This was really
Human
sweat,
intelligence.
blood, and tears kind of lyrics. So some
Cool.
winter night. Yeah.
And how can people find
You
you,
can
Al,
find
or
me
find the band?
on Instagram at red.at.night. But if you look at Red at Night, you'll see that. And YouTube, I have a YouTube channel, Red at Night again. I just have one song now there. It's the live version of This Night that I recorded at my place, but hopefully I get more stuff on it. And and you can see, if you go on my Instagram, then you will see my live shows and what I'm going to play next. There is some shows in Berlin coming up. So I'm very excited and I hope I'll see you all there. Come by and say hi and support Berlin music, not just me, but all the artists. We call
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Strong community, strong
Yes.
artists. When we have strong community, we can also make living from the music.
Absolutely. Yeah. All love. And I would just add an idea. We should do a some of a Pigeon podcast live event where all the artists on the podcast play live music.
Oh,
that would be rad.
Oh, that would be nice.
2
Yeah.
songs per person or something like that.
Yeah.
That would bring it up.
You know what I like really about the podcast? Slowly, it feels like there is a lot of value for musicians.
Yeah.
So they can learn like what we talk about now. You had no idea about it.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there are many people who have no idea. because
Absolutely. I'll tell you that.
It took me some effort to have a little bit of idea. And if we can have like an event, then maybe some people who actually work in the industry can give some lecture. Maybe we can have a conversation.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
If anyone knows anyone, please let me know. Son of a pigeon, everywhere. Son of a pigeon, pigeoning.
Everywhere.
Cool. So let's play some music.
Yes.
And give Red at Night. Give like, follow Instagram, Spotify, whatever. It just takes a little bit of click, and it helps tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so stay tuned. We're going to play some live.
Sound of the Pigeon Podcast. Sound of the Pigeon Podcast.
Son of a Pigeon Podcast.
The song is called Keep Me at Bay, and this is a living room version of it. Walk the streets every night, same faces, same red light. I look, there is an angel of a girl. She smokes her wings to the bones. And there is always that man sitting there playing chess with death. One night I might say, hi, please sir, can I get a ride? Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Walking down by the sea of memory lane, and you're so far, far away. I can just count these damn waves that I will wash away. Footprints on the sand, and words of lovers written on weekends. The sadness and the pain, punch order on Monday's bed. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. But I still see the moment every night. You on that train, waving goodbye. I tried to run, but I was too late. My heart broke, that's my faith. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Keep me at bay. I hope the winds don't take me away. Keep me at bay. My heart broke, and that's my faith. Alright, this song is called Our Love's Funeral. Our souls like flames tangle in fire. Oh, a warm desire, separable, burning fast, flicker light. Last exhale, ashes and smoke, unforgettable love. love. And you see a procession as they come and go. Smash cars, bloody hearts, ghosts and scars, all summer on full. Our love's funeral. Purple velvet and inside patching flowers sitting on the dark wood outside. You asked, brought by who? By you know. Our love is dead, just the tears are left. And you see a procession as they come and go. Smash cars, bloody hearts, ghosts and scars, all summer on full. Our love's funeral. Hold my hand, hold it tight, don't let go. Stay with me one more night. Hold my hand, hold it tight, don't let go. Stay with me one more night. One more night. One more night. And you see a procession as they come and go. Smash cars, bloody hearts, ghosts and scars, all summer on full, all summer on full, all summer on full. Our love's funeral. That song is called These Nights. This is one of these nights, yeah, like this one here, where the thunders roar and the wine fills my veins. And while the moon is hiding, now the sun crushes my bones. And you're a falling star, falling star into my storm. These are the nights, yeah, like this one here, where I miss you the most, my dear. I wish you were real. You're just a dream, something stuck in my memory. My heart, your laugh, my soul, my whole. No more calm, no more control. These are the nights, yeah, like this one here, where I miss you the most, my dear. I wish you were real. You're a falling star, falling star into my